Hey, what's up, man?
Yo, can you hear me? Because I don't know if...
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool.
All right, cool. Good. I just hit up Skragg, so he should be accepting momentarily.
Sweet.
Alright.
Oh, yeah, I just got that now, yeah.
Yeah, I just now sent it.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get my microphone. Hold on.
Yeah, I have a video scheduled at 8 p.m. to announce that we're live, so hopefully that'll bring in some more people too.
All right. We already got 6 people watching.
Really?
Yeah. I hit start broadcast, so I guess I did it too early. All right, we'll just wait till 9 o'clock here. Oh yeah, that backdrop is nice.
Well, oh yeah, the background. I have to be by the router though, because the Wi-Fi is really shitty.
Hold on, I'm gonna switch internet connections.
Yeah, all right.
So I'm on my other one. If I can find it. Here we go. Internet problems already, right?
Oh really? It's fine for you. Look fine on my end.
Okay. I'm on. You know what Cablevision is? Do you have that in Chicago?
What's that?
Cablevision.
No, I don't think.
Okay, it's our cable provider, so you can hook up to the cable provider, Wi-Fi. You know, they have like those hotspots.
Yeah.
Or you can hook up to your own. So like I didn't want a hotspot, so I switched between the two.
Okay. Yeah. He said he's not seeing it, so I think he needs to go to Google Hangouts.
Okay.
I'm gonna get Skragg on here. He's just not seeing the invite. Yo,
Yeah,
Josh, that's the Sears Tower in the background, Josh.
What? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Wait, is my camera blurry? Looks like my camera's really blurry.
Yeah.
Oh, it is? Fuck. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why it's blurry. It's weird. Yeah, Josh, I'm definitely still going to ride the trails in Schaumburg. I'm just waiting for the weather to get nicer. I mean, it was nice today and stuff, but like for the next 3 days, it's going to be raining and stuff. And it's just like,
Yeah, same here, man.
Yeah, it sucks. It's not fun. I don't know why my camera's so blurry. It's fucking weird.
Let me email Skragg the link.
All right.
Oh, Finn Balor is entering. If anyone's watching wrestling, Finn Balor is entering. I don't know if anyone watches that. He had like the most dramatic intro.
Wait, what's that?
Finn Balor, he's a wrestler.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Just look up, Finn Balor entrance. Okay.
Wait, is my audio fine or is it laggy?
That's fine. It lagged like twice. That could have been on my end though.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna try. It's weird because every time I speak, it looks like I'm frozen when I speak. So, no, this is really bad. Hold on, I'll be back. I'm gonna try fixing that.
Okay. All right. Skragg. Okay, Skragg got it. So he should be entering momentarily. got an error. Okay. All right. Still trying to get Skragg in here. He's having issues being able to log in. So. Let's see if this works.
All right. Oh, he's not on yet.
He said he got my email, so let's see if he can log in.
Okay.
He's saying there's an error. I don't know why he keeps getting that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to move my. Fuck, man. I don't know why it's so bad on my end. That's weird. I'm gonna see if moving my laptop fixes it. Hold on.
Oh, you video calling me? Oh man. I'd love to deny that.
I'm gonna try hooking up to Ethernet and see if that helps.
When in doubt, go back to landline, pretty much.
Pretty much. What's up, Shadow? Yeah, this should be a little bit better. Man, it's still bad. What the hell? I don't get that.
Internet is always a problem.
I know. Here, I'm just gonna try I'm gonna disconnect and reconnect really quick. I'll join.
All right, cool. Yeah, we got 10 viewers up in here. That's crazy.
We're back.
All right, what's going on, everyone? Bar tape, F the world. 1207 still calls me on my bar tape. I know it's pretty bad. I gotta get that together.
All right. Hopefully this helps. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, it's a little bit better.
Yeah,
wait, so
that's clearer. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, it's good. Okay. So is he not able to? What's happening with him?
He says when he tries the link, it sends him an error, and he's not getting my invite. I'm trying to invite him directly through the Google Hangout page.
Yeah, that's how he should accept it. I mean, that's how I accepted it. Hold on, I'm gonna get my phone.
He got Tinder ladies hitting him up. I don't know if anyone remembers that from a prior live stream, but he got some ladies hitting him up. All right. F the world. Your name is Mike. I'll throw a dart against the. Yeah, I might be able to throw some darts in a bit.
Mike, that's pretty funny. All right. Sorry. My video should be live, I think. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. Okay.
I don't know what to do about Skragg.
I don't know. I don't know why it's not. I wonder if I can invite him.
Yeah, you try inviting him.
All right. What's his Oh wait, no, he sent the email. Okay.
Yeah, he sent it. Or I can send it to you if you don't have it.
How do you? I don't even know how to send. Like, you do send it to his email directly through Gmail?
Like I found his Hangout
Oh, okay.
by searching his email.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
I think I spelled that right.
Yeah, thank you. All right. All right, guys, we're just trying to get the Skragg on here.
It's always a problem every time we do this, man. We can never do this.
I know. I hate Google Hangouts. I hate it.
I just hate the whole thing how it uses Google and
it's
YouTube.
Ever since YouTube converted with Google Hangouts, it's like shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I got it. I think I sent it to him. I got a couple stories to tell too, because something happened earlier today where I was walking this dog that I'm watching, and something happened in the alleyway when I was walking the dog. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, we all got stories to tell.
I know, right?
Like he did a bike ride. I did a bike ride. So yeah, we all got stories to tell.
Dude, somebody.
I wish I had Bluetooth. If I had Bluetooth, I could do the darts here. Could do the darts while listening to you guys.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I have Bluetooth headphones, but they're pretty crappy. It's the ones I used to.
Yeah, I need to get. I'm actually thinking about getting Bluetooth headphones because I've literally went through like 4 pairs of headphones in the past 3 months. So I need to get Bluetooth or something.
I feel your pain. We have a nice glass of orange juice tonight to keep us awake.
What's that? Oh, I see it now. I keep getting an email from somebody from ATTN. It's like a video permission request, like for them to use my video and stuff. And I tried looking them up, and they kind of seem a little sketchy. I don't know if I should let them use my video, so I'm not going to do that. Because they emailed me last week, and then they just emailed me literally just now saying, "Hi, I was wondering if you had a chance to read my message. We're still very interested in using your video." Like, fuck off. I can use my video.
I mean, I make some money off of a site like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I made like 120, 130 bucks off the video where I almost ran the old guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you looked up the company and they don't look proper, yeah, just pass up on them. But I looked up this company and they had like a lot of stuff going on, so I went with it. I took a chance and I made some money off of it, so it worked out.
Wait, so did you like ask them for a certain amount, or did they automatically like give you that amount? Like, did you negotiate?
Automatically, because pretty much they're like a middleman, and like shows contact that company for clips, and then that company looks on YouTube for people. So that company, I think, gets 50% or 40% of the money, something like that. So they're gonna try to like get as much money as possible, allegedly, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Call Skragg.
Yeah, I sent him the email. I don't know if, or not the email. I sent him the link. I don't know if you got it. Wait.
No email. Unless I gave the wrong email.
I think it's the right one. I looked it up on the in the Instagram too. I can't speak right now.
And yeah, the picture came out when you looked it up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just strange.
Yeah, that's weird. Anyways, for everyone who's in the chat, who does bike, did you guys do any rides in the past week? Because I know I did my first group ride in such a long time, which I want to talk to, but I want to wait and see if Skragg can get on too, so I can talk to him with it or about it. But I was pretty excited. It was the Ride of Silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, there we go.
He's in.
Dude, I don't know what it is. Jahv broke the internet, man.
That's funny.
It's not my fault.
It's not your fault, no. Dude, it was crazy. Like, it kept pulling up this Error 403, like a broken robot falling apart and stuff. I'm like, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, no, I have to be hooked up to Ethernet for my video quality to be decent.
Man, everything is great for me. My internet's working this time.
That's good.
I got orange juice.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, this definitely went smoother than I expected. But
yeah, no, I mean, actually, it didn't. To be honest with you, it went smoother than the past ones. I mean, 'cause sometimes it's just a pain in the ass trying to set it up, just because like it's just hard putting it on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
Jahv is better at it than I am, so
He's probably got better internet connection or something.
yeah.
You're on campus internet, aren't you?
No, I'm at my client's place right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen these bachelor pads he works in, man? Like,
dude, I know those pictures he puts up, man. Like the that one he posted, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, with that fog rolling in.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah.
That was crazy. Like, it looked like something from an old '80s movie called The Fog that I remember, but
yeah,
remade it or not. But
yeah, that's pretty cool.
But hold on, but you're on Tinder, swiping right or left. I don't know which way.
Fuck that. I don't fucking use Tinder anymore. Fuck that.
he's just on Grindr now.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh man. Oh shit, that's crazy.
I don't. Dude, Tinder is fucking something else, though, man. I don't. The women on there are fucking rude.
At least there's women on there.
Yeah, man. I don't get it.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Damn, Skragg, why do you come from like that, man? What did he do to you?
Wait, is that actually a real app too, Grindr?
Yeah. It's a gay dating app.
Oh, it's gay. Oh,
you didn't have to tell him, man. You didn't have to tell him. You should have let him just figure it out on his own, dude. Let him go download it and then just like, dude, where's all the girls? Swipe.
I did not know that.
Yeah, no wonder you were so quiet. I'm like, yo, he said all that shit about you. He's not gonna do nothing about it.
I'm just like, okay, all right. Dude, I honestly, like, I have no idea how any of these apps work, so I just say stuff because I've heard other people at like work talk about all these young fools that come in and talk about. Well, as far as I know, there's nobody at work that's using Grindr, but maybe I'll have to ask around. But
you don't know, man.
The dating apps are
to
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, they're a joke nowadays.
Yeah. Hey, I just now opened up a second screen so that I could see the chat for YouTube. I assume that's how you guys do it, but
like,
what's up to everybody? Hey.
Yeah.
What's up, David, and everybody else? Cool. All right, now that we've got the breaking of the ice or hymen or whatever that was we just did to each other. Oh man, cool. Well, awesome. Well, first off, let me thank you guys, because obviously, like, I'm the little fish in the room right now, and so you guys are much bigger in presence and all that other stuff on YouTube. So I'm in awe of all you guys and what you've done and created so far. And Jahv, are you about to show me dick pic there?
No, my computer is dying.
All right, I knew we were gonna get close and everything, but. And I'm still getting over a little bit of a cold right now, so if I have to blow my nose or sneeze or anything like that, I'm sorry. I'll apologize ahead of time. I'm hoping I'm coming through loud and clear. I put this handy dandy little muffler thing because I breathe really heavily. Yeah, I'm one of those kind of operators.
Yeah, no, sounds good.
Yeah, you got the audio quality there.
Awesome. Yeah, I've got like this super old computer, so I was worried that it wasn't going to be able to broadcast and do all that stuff, but I was able to kind of jerry rig it. So I've got everything turned off except for the webcam and the microphone.
All right.
Are those Turtle Beaches you got on, Skragg?
Yeah, my gaming headset.
Nice. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. You should do like gaming videos like years ago.
So the
Or,
stuff
like,
sorry, was that a question to me or was that to Chicago?
oh, to you.
Yeah, what I used to do
because-
was tabletop gaming. So if you look at some of my old videos, one, you'll see a bunch of guns and knives and things like that because I'm into guns and knives and stuff. And
yeah,
also
I ran
you'll
across
see,
that, man. I ran across that.
Yeah,
I was waiting for my girlfriend. I was like, what's this Skragg have? I watched your response video, so then I like went all the way down. And I was like, oh, all right, this is the old Skragg. All right.
yeah. And I left a lot of that stuff up there just as like, for more than anything, it was just a video proof to document like what I used to look like, and then to where I am today. So that's kind of what those are up there for. But also, those are the videos that actually like I get ad revenue from. So if you look, a couple of my old like gun videos have like 30, 40, 50,000 views on them.
What?
So, yeah. So I don't know how that all happened. It was just one of those things that took off on its own. Like I made a video just on how to disassemble a gun part, and it was the only video I guess out there for the longest time. So everybody seemed to watch it.
Damn.
But yeah, so those are the videos that whenever I look at my view count, those are like the top ones. And then I did a brake job video for my minivan one day, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if this will get hits, and sure enough, it did. So
Damn, that's crazy.
yeah, cycling stuff is like nothing on my channel right now. It's probably at most 50 or 60 views, but all that other stuff from years ago, I'm still getting all those views from it.
I feel like it's because it's so saturated now too on YouTube.
Yeah. What's really crazy is like when I started my channel, I didn't really look to see if there were other channels like it. I just figured, well, sorry, I didn't start the channel this way. This is just the newest endeavor in my channel. Yeah. So I didn't like look around, but kind of like Jahv, I watched the motovloggers like a ton.
Me too.
And so I was just looking at Walterific, and I'm like, dude, that would be so awesome to do on the bike rides. And so that's why I started recording the stuff and putting it up. And then through that, it started kind of showing me other bike related videos. And that's how I found Jahv. And that's how I found you, Chicago, too, is just it linked me and said that you might also be interested in this. But
nice.
Yeah,
that's how I started with it too. I watched a bunch of motovloggers like 6 foot, and
I'm so tired of 6 foot for Honda.
I don't watch any of the motovloggers anymore, to be honest.
I'm just so tired of that guy. I gotta hit the unsubscribe button on that guy.
Is it just because like why? What happened?
It's clickbait. He set shit up in his videos. Like when he found that roll of money like 2 weeks ago, like that shit was fake, man.
Yeah, no, he's
like the money was clean. Did you see how clean that money was? It was
clean.
I didn't
even watch it.
They were like hiking or some crap like that, and they found like a roll of money.
Oh yeah,
it was like so clean, man. It was like really clean. Like I've been in the forest, and I know how stuff looks like when you drop it. You drop your phone, you got dirt on your phone instantaneously, and that money was like so clean. And they have like pink money, like really light colored money. You would see dirt on that very easily.
Yeah.
I mean, and then that guy's like, yo, smash the like button, smash the like button.
Yeah, it's annoying.
That's like, come on, man. Like, I'm just done. I mean, like, that's YouTube. I guess that's how you grow on YouTube nowadays. But
yeah, that's stupid.
I'm just done with that, man.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
And then Yami Noob almost killed himself. I don't know if you guys know about that. Yami Noob, he's a motovlogger.
Oh.
He pretty much called out Jake the Garden Snake like 3-4 months ago.
Yeah, he was kind of causing a lot of drama in the whole motovlogging scene, wasn't he?
Yeah. Just unnecessarily too, you know. And he ran, you know, him and some of his friends, they were like going through his corner and they were like knee dragging and stuff. And then Yami crossed the double yellow line and went head first into a Porsche. And then his body, like when the guy looks back, you just saw him like go all the way up in the air and come back down. And he has like some serious injuries. If you go on his Instagram page, he has some serious injuries. Like he has stitches, like or like they sew him up or whatever. And it's crazy, man. That his arm had to be like split down or something like that.
Sure.
I mean, some serious stuff. And he doesn't see anything wrong with that. Doesn't feel bad about it. He just like whatever about it. That's his second major wreck in like 6 months or 8 months or something like that.
Damn.
He almost
Why he
killed
hasn't
himself
graduated
twice.
from being a noob yet.
Noob forever on that name, but he needs to drop the noob, just call himself Yami, and maybe things might look up for him. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Huh. Yeah, I never knew about that. Wow.
Yeah. Just being dumb. But yeah, go ahead.
I don't really follow too many of the motor vloggers. Really, it's just Walterific. Like, I feel like this connection with Walterific. I don't talk like he talks on camera, but his personality on camera is how I am. Like, here I am just talking with my hands all the time. Da, 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 da. I'm a fidgety person, always talking with my hands. But anyway, yeah, I'm always like kind of like Walterific in real life. You know, like I'm sitting there goofing around, making voices, joking around with people, doing all that kind of stuff. So it's hard to be that way on camera sometimes, mostly because I don't want to look like a psychopath riding a bike. But it's just one of those things that, you know, I connect with him in the same way. I think that, like, I assume that's how he is in real life, and I feel like it'd be cool to hang out with him. But most of the other motor vloggers, like you said, they don't seem as real as Walterific to me, so I just don't follow them or watch them very much. It's mostly just Walterific.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
So how was your guys' ride? Both of you guys'.
Skragg, go ahead.
It was good, man. Like, it started off, I actually posted the first half of the ride this morning. I didn't do any edits to it, so if you got an hour and a half you want to kill, you can watch it. Just kind of skip through. It's actually part 2. There's a little bit more of an exciting moment. I'll give a little spoiler. I almost lost my SD card. Like, I was changing it. My GoPro, you know, beeped at me like it was a dead battery, and I pulled over to the side of the road and then realized, no, the battery is fine, but the video card was full. So I swapped the video card, and like the first thought I had was, I need to put this into the plastic case and then put that away, and I didn't do it. And sure enough, I knocked it off and it fell into the rocks, and I like spent 5 minutes looking for it, freaking out. And then
that thing's tiny too, so you got lucky finding that.
Yeah. So in the video, I won't totally spoil it, but in the video, you'll see what happens. But obviously, since I posted the first half of the video, you know I must have found it. But how I found it was just kind of like crazy ridiculous. But the ride was really good. The weather was awesome. So here in Utah, we have this saying that if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. And Saturday, it was just, you know, nice. It got kind of warm in the morning. For me, warm is like 40 degrees. And it warmed up just enough to be able to be comfortable in the morning. And then right as I was getting into the canyon, it was freezing cold, and my hands were just like frozen, hurting solid, you know, like crazy chill. That, I don't know if you guys ride that kind of temperature, and it just makes your hands feel like they don't want to move.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it started like that, but then it just progressively got better and better. But yeah, it was a pretty good sized group that we had. We stayed together for probably the first like 5 or 6 miles, and then we just kind of spread out and fell into all these little pockets. I was kind of solo for the whole time. I'm sure some of you guys might remember Ryan. He's in most of my videos. He's the star of my channel. Hey, Ryan, if you're out there, I don't know if you're watching or not. He said he would be trolling in the comment section. I haven't seen him yet. But
is he I think I saw like Roncon.
I think his name is just Ryan Jensen. I think that's his YouTube name is Ryan Jensen.
Okay.
But if he pops up, you'll see him. Anyway, so we didn't really hang out together very long. He rides at a much slower pace than I ride. So we stuck together just until that one spot where everybody just spreads out, and then I didn't see him again until I was coming down one of the hills. But yeah, it was a really good ride. It ended up being just under 62 miles for me.
Wow,
but
62 miles?
Yeah, not too bad. I think Jahv, you did about the same, didn't you?
Yeah, I just stopped at my parents' house, so if I would have rode back to Brooklyn, it would have been 72. But I don't know if you guys I don't know if you guys really know, because I didn't even put the video out yet. But on Instagram, there's a picture, like the group picture of us. I don't know if either of you guys recognize this, but that's Bronx Park, and that's where a lot of my vlogs would take place, especially for season 1. A lot of my vlogs took place in that park. But I was just wondering if you guys noticed that, because that's where like I really got into cycling, through that park, and that's where I did a lot of my videos. So like riding through that park, I was like, man, this is like so cool, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just like if you guys move and then you go back to where you used to live and you're like, man, this is where I started my channel. You know, it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. But either way, whatever, you know, that park is only a few miles from where I used to live, like maybe like 2 miles. So, you know, I have to see my parents. It just can't be like 2 miles from there. Not
Yeah.
visit them.
I'll drop in. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of rude, you know? Yeah. So wait, what kind of club was that, Skragg? Like, you know, are you like a member or?
No, not really a club. It's just there's a bike store that moved here to town, Spanish Fork. This last year they built a building. Everything's crazy growing right now in Spanish Fork. You can see in some of my videos all the construction going on.
Yeah, I noticed.
And they built a building here. They used to be one town up from us, but so now they just host store rides, and that was just people who are affiliated with the store, probably people that bought their bikes there. I don't know. But I just follow them on Facebook, and they, you know, announce it on Facebook. And so I just, oh yeah, I'd love to go. So I'm the one guy that shows up on a Giant in the sea of Cannondales. But so I get crap from the store owner. He's like, oh yeah, it's a nice bike. It would be nicer if it said Cannondale on it. I said, yeah, I just couldn't afford the sticker. But
yeah. No, I get a lot of shit from other bike stores too, though, just for not having like a decent bike. 'Cause I'm still stuck with the Evo. And they always tell me like to upgrade it and stuff. I'm like, I mean, I just can't really afford it right now, so I don't know.
So is the Evo not Cannondale then?
No.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I was just thinking it was not the Super 6 Evo. And it was just the regular 6 Evo or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
So.
No, no, it's like a low run road bike. I don't know. I've been looking to get a Specialized, but I mean, if I want to get such an expensive bike, I gotta really keep an eye on it when I leave it outside for however long in the city. I don't know.
Yeah. This morning was actually kind of funny too, because it'll be in a video coming up, but I stopped at the donut shop. So in some of my videos, I've been talking about this donut shop that's been delayed, and finally this morning it was open. So as I'm riding up, I can smell the donuts cooking. I'm like, oh damn it, you know, I'm gonna have to stop and get a donut now. So of course, stop in there, but I had to leave my bike outside, and there's no bike locks or anything like that, or any places to lock up the bike at. So I'm like, oh, I'm kind of like hesitant because there's not like a huge amount of bike theft or anything here. It's just, it'd be that one time, you know, you're not paying attention, and boom, bike's gone. But
yeah.
Luckily, there weren't too many people there.
All right, cool. I'll talk about my ride.
What's up, Action? Oh, speaking of Action, I watched because Action can post a bunch of his videos on the bike cameras subreddit, and he posts some crazy like videos of what goes on in New York City, like the traffic and stuff. What's that intersection, Action Kid, that you always
post? Man, that intersection is crazy. I don't know the street names, but my dad drives through there every day.
Dude, I would go crazy driving through that.
Yeah, my dad drives through there. So that's getting onto the Queensboro Bridge and back into Manhattan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, for sure.
Queensboro is good. Oh yeah. I've been here on my bike. Yeah, I recognize the names.
Shit, hold on. That's the worst intersection in Queens, not in New York City, because I would think that'd be the worst intersection in New York City, like alone. That's just crazy to me. Just the way like people block the box and stuff, and this is like how much traffic there is. It's just like, what?
I can't even imagine how you guys do that, dude. Like, you see my videos, you see like 10 cars my entire commute home, and I just see your guys' videos. I'm like, I could not imagine the like total amount of mind stress you guys must have going home in that. You know, I'm sitting here like worried about 2-3 cars coming past me. You guys got 800 cars. It's just absolutely insane.
I envy it though.
It's good, but it's bad too though, because I mean, out here we get all the hillbillies that, you know, they just think they, you know, own the road, and so sometimes they'll whip past you, you know, doing 50-60 miles an hour in like a 30-mile-an-hour zone and blah blah blah. But it's pretty crazy.
And they don't move over. I'm sure they could move over.
You know, and I guess I make it sound like it's terrible. It's not terrible. Most of the drivers, and you can see it in my videos, most of the drivers give me more than enough space. Like, I try to ride inside or outside the line, not in the road, but just outside the road. and they will usually even move over like halfway into the other, lane as they're passing me. So I've, got 10 feet, 20 feet of space between me and them. I don't know, but every once in a while you just get those people that it feels like they either weren't paying attention at all, they didn't see you because they come by pretty close. But you guys are used to it, obviously, because you're constantly riding in traffic. So for you, I'm sure it's much less of an issue when it happens. But yeah, for me, when I get buzzed like that, it kind of throws me for a loop because I'm like, what the hell? Everybody usually has a space, but
I mean, even here, most of the motorists here in Chicago give, I'd say 99% of them do. There's number one voice crack of this stream. But
I was gonna call you out, but you did it yourself.
I do it to myself. No, but most of the motorists here, they're like, I don't know, they're really respectful when it comes to giving space and stuff. But there's obviously always that 1%. But yeah, I mean, even then, like even here in Chicago, when someone passes really closely, I'll call them out on it because it's not that great of an occurrence.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, I see some people asking some questions in the stream, and I feel like,
oh yeah, I
don't want to forget about them, but and like David, you've asked several questions now, David, and I don't want you to feel like we're leaving you out or nothing like that. I think we've answered a couple other people's questions, but
Skragg, do you have your family on here?
Dude, like I swear, this is don't have kids. This is what they do. They'll come on, they'll troll you, they'll make you feel dumb. And yeah, but yeah, that's what my children do is they troll me. What the hell? You think you're getting ice cream tonight? No, but so David had a question earlier that I didn't answer. I said I would answer it. He asked how I got into cycling. I've talked about it before in some of my videos, but I got into it because I only live about 3.5 miles away from where I work. And about 2.5 years ago, for anybody who doesn't know, I weighed 321 pounds. And I started counting calories and losing weight. And I got down to a comfortable weight that I thought, hey, why drive to work every day when I could just ride a bike and keep losing weight? And so that's why I started riding a bike, was to get the exercise that I wasn't getting sitting in the truck for 5 minutes going to work. I just get it now in 10 minutes of riding a bike to work.
Yeah.
But
yeah, props to you for doing that, because I know a lot of people won't do that. I've tried convincing my parents to leave my mom to bike to work, but because she only works 2 miles away. I'm like, you can easily do that. Why drive if you're 2 miles away? But it's just like, it's just some people you really can't get to bike, which sucks.
Yeah, and a lot of it depends on like motivation. So for me, I started losing weight just as a straight up like accident. Like a guy at work was scanning a package of food with his phone, and I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Oh, I'm counting calories." I'm like, "That doesn't work." And he, said, "Well, why don't you try it?" So I tried it, and within a month, I lost 20 pounds just counting calories. No exercise, not going for walks, not doing anything crazy like that, just straight counting calories. And so that like converted me, like made me a believer. Like, okay, counting calories works, because I just always assumed I had a thyroid problem or some other health diagnosis that was preventing me from losing weight, but it was just me and my mouth and lack of exercise. So like I said, in that first year of just counting calories, no exercise, maybe just walking around at work or going for a walk with the kids or something like that every once in a while, not trying to exercise, I lost 80 pounds in 1 year just counting calories.
Wow.
And then, so that's when, after I lost the 80 pounds, that's when I was like, hey, I'm skinny enough now that I could feel comfortable riding a bike. So hopped on the bike, and that just accelerated it. So now, like Ryan and a couple other people at work that I've gotten on the same program, I told them, like, first thing, get a bike. Like, get a bike, get started on the bike. Don't worry about just counting calories, get a bike. And Ryan, I think, has lost like 70 pounds now, or 80 pounds. He's down to 210 pounds, I think.
Holy cow.
Yeah, he's lost a ton of weight. Another guy at work's lost 40 or 50 pounds. He doesn't ride as much though, because he lives way far away, so it's harder for him.
Okay.
But yeah, like it's amazing. You just kind of have to set your mind to it, and once you start seeing the change happens, I think it converts people, but it's that initial, getting started on it that is kind of hard for people. And for the people at work, like there was no denying, like, this can work. They see me every day, and it was what it was. So for them, they had a little bit more motivation. If you're a skinny person walks up to a heavy set person, you tell them, this will work for you. It's like any other person telling you, oh, this diet will work, this diet will work. And there's a little more effort involved in this one, because you have to pay attention to what you're doing. But if you actually pay attention, it can work for you. You know, barring any other medical conditions, yada yada yada. If you have actual diagnosed medical stuff, I'm not saying this will work for you, but it is what it is.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yes, I had a quick story to tell today. I was gonna tell Jahv, but I'm the dog I'm watching right now because it's in the loop downtown, and it doesn't like loud noises from trucks and all that stuff. So you can't really walk down the street. So it likes to be in the alleyway to use the restroom and stuff. So I usually just take it in the alleyway. I never have any problems. There's a couple homeless guys there every once in a while, and honestly, they're pretty chill. You talk to them, they're drinking beer and stuff. I'm like, hey, what's up? And they say, hey, back. But today, there's one just by himself in a doorway, just like sitting there, like looking at me really, really angrily. I'm like, oh shit, this is not gonna be good. So I kind of ignore him, just go up like 10, 20 feet. And then the dog is taking a shit, and I pick it up, and I turn around, and he's like right in front of my face. He's like, get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna beat you up. I'm like, all right. Like I start backing up, and then he starts pulling something out of his pocket. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was actually a weapon, but he's starting to pull something out of his pocket. I'm like, okay. It's like, that's my fucking dog. Give me my fucking dog back. I'm like, it's obviously not your dog. I didn't say that. I'm like, okay, I'm leaving because I obviously I'm on instigate anything. But then he started approaching me more and started taking something out of his pocket. And I still couldn't see what it was. Eventually, I started like kind of just walking a little bit fast the other way, and he was kind of following me a little bit, and that's that. I'm like, fucking hell, I didn't do anything. Like, I don't know where I was just picking up dog shit, and I see a guy behind me threatening me with something, and this is like, what the fuck? I called the police and stuff, and I don't know if anything happened, but I'm guessing, I don't know. I mean, he obviously wasn't right in the head, but that was pretty scary. I don't get what's with me. Like, am I that do I look that vulnerable? Like, am I that weak? I don't
Yeah,
get it.
man.
I do. Like, I just have a
man.
baby face. It's
Dude, this is what you need to do. You need to get yourself some serious like tats on the sides of your head, some like holes, and just shave your head bald. Like nobody will mess with you, man.
Get some teardrops and stuff under my eyes.
Yeah. Some spider webs on your elbows, things like that.
Yeah.
There you go. Prairie. It was the alleyway between Adams and Monroe. So Monroe in Michigan. That's where it was. Second one, Doug asked about, I plan on riding the Lakeshore Drive Trail and riding around downtown Chicago. Any suggestions on which areas to avoid? Like, do you mean like bad areas, like as in like dangerous with violence, or like intersections that I recommend you to avoid? Which do you mean?
You have some homeless guy running up on you like, yo, that's my fucking bike. Give it back to me.
I don't know what the fuck
that back now, man.
Yeah. Like, I'm not too worried about that. One, being in Utah, like, there's just not that kind of crime that goes on here. And then, Jahv, obviously, you've seen some of my older videos, so maybe you've seen my everyday carry videos, but, like, every day, I carry enough armament on me to put up a pretty decent fight with just about anybody that comes to town. So, it's
you
not...
carry any way to work?
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh.
Yeah, like...
You know do it with Dan. He carries when he rides on his motorcycle.
I was gonna say, like, no matter what, I've always got my.
You're home, man.
Hey, man, it's just a way of life. Like you carry it in such a way so that it's always part of your attire. You know, I've always got a belt. I've always got a hat. Always got my gun. I've always got my knife. I've always got my flashlight.
You know, I would love to carry a collapsible baton while I'm cycling.
Knock off
That's
some
something. Huh?
Knock off some mirrors with it?
Yeah.
No, you never know. Like, carrying a gun, I mean, to be placed in a position to kill someone, I don't know about that. I mean, you could kill someone with a baton too, but I don't know. I mean, then again, I live in New York City and things are a bit different here. But, like, yeah, those in New York City, we call y'all, like, red states. In those red states, people carry, and that's just a way of life. Like, it's not strange to carry there.
Yeah.
Like, to us, that's a bit strange.
Yeah.
Or different, you know. People don't carry here. If they do, it's illegal, most likely. You know. Like, I mean, carrying a pocket knife could get you in some trouble here.
Yeah, and that's what I understand. Like, coming from California originally, guns were a taboo thing. You know, like, you only had a gun if you were going to a target range or something like that. You didn't have people concealed carrying. And then moving to Utah, it's just a way of life here. Like everybody's got guns in their home. Everybody's got them. So it's not something strange to see somebody with a gun on their hip. Like here we have open carry too. You have every once in a while, like you'll be in a Walmart and see some mom pushing her cart down the aisle and she's got a big old Glock or something strapped to her side. She's just not concealed carrying. She's just carrying it wide open. Like that's a thing. But
yeah, Georgia has open carry. No, I think it might be concealed. I can't remember. Do it then. He carries his gun everywhere. But I think it is open carry because his friend had his gun on his waist. And you were able to see it. Like the friend had like his shirt tucked in or whatever. Like anyone could have saw his gun. I mean, it's like a different world carrying a gun like that, or carrying a gun. Generally speaking,
like I know for some people they just don't ever like be around guns. So for them, it's this like scary thing. For me and my family and everybody out here in Utah, it's just like no different than having, your sunglasses. Like you just have a gun. It's like, oh yeah, there's your gun, blah, blah, blah. Now there's always dumb people that like will pull their gun out or whatever in a situation that they shouldn't and whatnot. But yeah, no, it's just it's a different way of life out here. Like guns are just a normal everyday occurrence. You see them all the time. I mean, I don't know about you guys. In our Walmart, they sell guns. And
what?
Yeah. Like
man, they ain't selling that shit here, man.
You go to Walmart here, and they don't sell handguns at Walmart, but they sell rifles, shotguns, all those kinds of just hunting guns. But yeah, the openness to guns here is like nothing. It's just they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Interesting, man. That's pretty cool. I mean, you got to go to like Pennsylvania if you want to like start shooting at stuff. I mean, New York, I'm sure it'll be harder to kind of get that stuff going. Pennsylvania, I mean, they sell guns at the flea markets and stuff. I haven't been to a flea market out there in a few years, but they have guns just right there on the table, ready to be sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different. It's definitely different.
Yeah.
But this guy is like in his house with a gun strapped to his waist. I have no weapon here. Like right here in front of me, all I got is this can of compressed air.
Turn it upside down.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Yeah, I couldn't put up a fight with a can of compressed air, but I've got some other things pretty close by that, people always say if the shit hits the fan, but I'm not too worried about that.
No.
Anyway, so how do we get from bikes to guns? Oh my gosh. Like, oh yeah, you got beat up by some guy in an alley picking up dog poop.
Oh yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, you gotta get. Oh yeah, we already talked about tattoos. I was gonna say just get tattoos on your face. That's the best way to keep people from messing with you, man.
Hell yeah.
Yo, if someone mess with you, just I'll fuck you up, and I got no problem going back to jail. Just tell them that. I've seen people do that before. They'll move back. They'll be like, nah, I'm good.
I can say that once I work on my upper arms. My upper arms are so like, whoa, they're bad. It's all in the lower half of my body.
But, you gotta get jacked, man.
I do.
You gotta get ripped.
Like you're naturally that small frame though, so for you it's probably pretty hard to put on weight would be my guess. I have a friend who like he eats a mad amount of food and can't gain a pound. He doesn't exercise, doesn't do nothing, and he actually looks a lot like you, Chicago.
Yeah.
And for him putting on weight, he could work out and he just won't get big. For me, I eat a donut, I'm going to gain 5 pounds, and I have to work my ass off to lose weight.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I eat a lot and I still don't gain. I actually gain a lot of pounds from biking. I think I gained like 10 pounds maybe or something like that ever since I started biking, which is good because I needed to. So I think I'm at 143 now, and I was like 130 last year. So.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wait, what was that message that was retracted? It was probably a link, wasn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Damien threw dog shit at.
Hey, Action Kid, I see you said that sometimes you carry a really bright flashlight. That's awesome. Flashlights, like it's amazing what a really bright flashlight can do in a really quick pinch. Like they always teach you here in the self-defense classes that we have that everybody has to take if you're going to carry concealed, that the most important thing to do is try to get away. And a flashlight in the right situation will give you that time you need to break contact. And in most situations, people, if they feel like somehow they don't have the upper hand on you, they'll stop whatever it is that they're doing to try and either assault you or, attack you. As soon as you cause something in their plan to change or deviate, then you have enough space that, hopefully you're not super overweight and you can get away, but, or you've got enough, leg speed that you can get away. Most people aren't going to chase you down to rob you or whatever. They're just going to be like, all right, I'm going to find somebody else that's not flashing me with a flashlight or whatever.
Yeah.
The best we could do in New York City is carry pepper spray.
Yeah.
So just start spraying back and forth and get out of there.
Have you ever been OC sprayed?
No.
I have to soon, but no.
Oh my gosh, it's bad. So here's the problem with OC spray, and everybody kind of says like, why don't you just carry pepper spray? If you're in any kind of an enclosed space, that pepper spray is going to hit you just as hard as it hits them. And like, it's great in theory, but the problem is that you're never going to be in control of a situation like that where you can always pick your fight. The same is true with like a gun. Like, you're not going to always be in a situation where your gun is going to be the best option, which is why, like for myself, I carry multiple levels of self-defense. I'm not just going to assume that, oh man, this guy got in my face and now we're going, at it verbally. I better just draw my gun and, point it at him. Like, that's not the next step. It's like, you always go one level above what they're threatening you with. If dude's standing there with a baseball bat, well, yeah, now I'm going to think he's got a deadly weapon. I better get ready to use my deadly weapon. But if we're just arguing or whatever, I'm not going to escalate to deadly force before, anything like that's going to happen. But
yeah, no, I have to get pepper sprayed in the academy when I join it. It's not going to be fun, but everyone reacts to it differently, so I guess we'll see.
Yeah. There's a video that I saw going around on Facebook recently that it's all these
kids,
the high school kids,
yeah.
And the one girl takes it like a champ, man.
Yeah,
She's just super stoic sitting there. Yeah, and then finally she opens her eyes, and once you open your eyes, it's over. Yeah, you're done for. But
what if, can't you? Will it eventually not go away? But can you close it for long enough to the point where it won't sting as much?
No. No. Some people have a natural ability. The capsaicin, the active ingredient in OC spray, some people don't react to it, and that's the thing, is it's a super small percentage of people. It's like 2 or 3% of people just don't have an adverse reaction to it, so it doesn't cause them to tear up. It doesn't cause the mucous membranes, all that other stuff, to overreact, so it doesn't work on them. Some people. Most people, like, if you just sit there and you hold your breath and you keep your eyes closed, you can sit there solid for 30, 40 seconds. But once you got to take in that deep breath, or once you think it's okay to open your eyes, then boom, it's over.
Yeah.
I've seen like some police training, they make the officers hold their eyes open and get sprayed.
What?
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Oh man.
I'm just letting you know, man. I mean,
I hope I don't have to do that. Sounds brutal.
I mean, I don't know if that's. I mean, I guess it is true. It was on the internet. But,
Yeah. But yeah, there's all kinds of improvised devices that you can use. I know some people like locks, U-locks and stuff like that. Great improvised weapon if someone is coming at you. That U-lock is going to be, one, it's an extension of your arm, so it gives you an advantage in reach, and two, it's got a nasty weight at the end of it, so you can take people out pretty easily. I've seen people use them like to bust off mirrors as they're riding by and things like that.
Yeah. Were we talking about that last time or 2 times ago? I'm not sure if I was talking about that, but like my coworker, he has a friend who rides bike, and like if you get too close to him, he takes the U-lock and just start like smash off mirrors and stuff like that.
Really?
So crazy, man.
I mean, it's New York City. I mean, everything is like, what's crazy to you is like normal to me. Like that might sound crazy to you. I'm sitting here like, yeah, I can definitely see that happening.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan's in the chat.
Yeah, Ryan showed up finally. Hey, Ryan, what's up? Ryan is my my classically liberal friend. He's my flaming liberal. Hillary was the best option. Blah blah blah. And so he's all upset. Anytime he slaps my ass at work, and he smacks my gun. He's like, "Was that your gun?" Yeah.
Oh, so you're like at your desk with your gun on your hip.
Oh yeah, man. So here's the thing: when one of my coworkers gets driven crazy and decides to come into the place and shoot it up, I'm gonna shoot back.
There you go. You're prepared.
Exactly. I drive these people crazy at work, so I know it's coming down the road eventually.
No, your place of work seems really chill. Like I remember there was one video I forgot where it was just you and Ryan. I think it was in the break room or something like that. I don't know. It just seems so cozy in there. It's like it's not like a modern office or something like that. I like that. It's just like it seems pretty chill.
Yeah. So where I work is in the front office area, and then we have a back production area where we do all the manufacturing, and that's where Ryan works. And so upstairs it is pretty chill. Usually the boss, he's kind of hard to get along with sometimes for some people. Like I totally understand the guy. I mean, I've been working for him for like 14 years now.
Okay.
And so it's almost like a family relationship with him and I. For new people who work there, he doesn't give quite as much leeway to. And so if he walked in and I was saying something or joking around in such a way, he might just, okay, whatever. But if say Ryan was saying it, he would be like, Ryan, why aren't you in, your area doing your job or something like that, and be a little more serious with them. But for the most part, it's pretty chill, pretty relaxed. It's a bunch of people who put powder in capsules all day. You got to have a little bit of chill time.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So did you guys do the rite of silence too, or anybody in the chat do the rite of silence?
You're gonna have to wait like 45 seconds to get
there. Yeah, I know. Well, did you? No. Wait, Skragg, do you have a rite of silence near you?
They did do one. We had a guy who was killed probably a month ago, and they did one for him. But nothing specifically just for May. I know May is like month here, so they had a rite of silence, but I think it was specific to this guy that was killed a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
All right.
Good job. Just there's a lot of echo in your background. I don't know if it's from your computer.
Might be the TV. Let me close my door.
All right. Yeah, no worries. No. That's what I said. But I did the rite of silence. That was my first group ride in a while, and that was pretty cool to be a part of. Yeah, Prairie. The wind was bad that day. It was really bad. I know it was supposed to thunderstorm that night, and the wind picked up like really bad. But we still went through. But I know there was a lot of rite of silences around like the Chicago area too, like in the suburbs and stuff. But yeah, I think maybe like 100 people showed up at that one. I'm not sure, but it was pretty cool because I think we visited I think like 8 ghost bikes in Chicago. We didn't visit all of them, but
man.
Nope, number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
Got him. I'm gonna hear that.
Yeah, no, but I think there's. Man, I don't know. I think they said like from last May until this May, I think 6 or 7 cyclists died in Chicago. That's fucking crazy. That's way too many.
Whoa, we're like at 16 a year or something like that here in New York City.
Really?
I mean, we have 8.2 million people, but
yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't know what the number is every year of people that are hit and killed here. It seems like it's not a high number, but it's probably a couple.
Yeah.
There was a guy actually, I think it was last week. He was riding kind of on a busy road, and some out-of-state driver hit him and just kept going. And luckily, somebody followed him, and the guy said, "What did I do?" And the guy goes, "You killed somebody back there." And then he took off running. So, but they ended up finding him and catching him. So, luckily, the car he was driving was registered, I think, to him. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure you still got a slap on the wrist because you know how all that shit goes down. Motorist kills a cyclist and they get like a misdemeanor or something like that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. The crosswinds lane shifted. Yeah. Wait, Prairie, are you out in the burbs? Because
he's like in the middle of nowhere. I mean, you watch his videos.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I'm sure it is bad out there then because there's like no protection from the wind. But yeah.
So in
See,
your area,
Skragg, now I gotta
oh,
carry
sorry.
a weapon because of you.
See,
I
that's
gotta
the
figure
thing though.
this out.
Like a lot of times, people will ask me how I can be such a douchebag all the time, and it's just because of that. Like I don't have any fear, you know. Like
Yeah.
I don't have a problem saying what's on my mind if I know, you know, I can always shoot you if I have to. No, I'm just joking. Police out there, like this wasn't a serious thing. I don't plan on shooting people unless I absolutely have to.
Self-defense, yeah.
Hey, what's up, One Jeep Cam? But yeah, the number of cyclists killed here, luckily, isn't too high. I don't feel too worried about riding on the road here. For the most part, we've got like we talked about earlier, we've got pretty respectful people. Although the number one thing I see is just people on their phones constantly, and I'm sure you guys see it too. But I don't know, maybe you guys have a little more gridlock back there, so it's less likely that they're going to roll into you, or if they do, it's going to be at a low speed. Here in the mornings, especially when it's dark out and you can see the glow of the screen, you'll see people flying past you, and you can see them on their phone as they're doing, 40 miles an hour past you. It's just insane.
Wow.
Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah. The gridlock isn't bad here. There's people going like 30, 40 miles an hour with their phones in their hands. It's just stupid. I used to call them out for it. I'm like, no, there's just no point. They're not going to learn. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Some days I could like ride right with someone while they're on their phone. Like I'm literally right next to them while they're on their phone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a few videos I've like said it, but
Yeah, called them out.
yeah, but it's pretty crazy.
So the other day, I don't know if I can show you guys the picture or not, but we have a protected bike lane here downtown, like on Dearborn, which it's like protected by bollards and stuff. And they came across a Jeep yesterday that was parked in the bike lane, and it was like pretty much impossible to like pass through because he was blocking it. And then so I took a picture of it, posted it on the Facebook group that we post pictures of, like cars parked in bike lanes. And I come back about an hour later and I see a parking authority giving it a ticket, and I was so happy because you never ever see that. You never see a car getting a ticket that's parked in the bike lane. So I don't know. That just made me really happy to see that. And I feel like in New York City, that's like there's a normal thing. Like I always see like on your videos and stuff, cars parked in bike lanes, and that would piss me off so much. I don't know.
That was number 3. It's like 2.5.
Whoa, did it? I didn't even realize my voice cracked.
2.5, 3.
Hey man, for what it's worth, I don't even notice it. So.
Yeah, cars. They're parked in the bike lane, but the crazy stuff is like when they park in the bike lane, and like 3 feet up is like a spot.
Yeah, or even right next to them.
Yeah, or they like halfway parked in the empty spot and half in the bike lane. It's like, what is that about?
Because they don't want to park fully. It's stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just dumb, man.
Yeah, where you guys are at, the streets are all super narrow. Here, they're like 4 lanes wide, and then there's another car lane width on the outside of the lane usually. So it's usually not too hard. Every once in a while, you'll get some spots where it gets kind of tight, but for the most part, it's wide open out here.
Tight for you is probably regular for me. That's like a regular day. I've seen a few times where it have gotten a bit narrow, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty narrow for where Skragg rides. But then I'm like, oh, that's kind of normal for me.
Yeah.
Action Kid said that NYPD was in the bike lane. Yeah, I don't get that because wasn't NYPD cracking down on like cyclists not biking in bike lanes, but then they park in the bike lanes? I don't get that. It's kind of
NYPD. All right, fine. So I think it's a really good police department in terms of handling crime and stuff. But when it comes to bikes, man, it's like
they don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, man. I really don't know. I mean,
yeah, it's the same here in Chicago too. Because actually, they're starting to crack down on people parking in bike lanes. Because a friend and I, we pulled up on a car in a protected bike lane. We actually called police. Well, we called 311, and they transferred us to police, and they actually came over and ticketed the vehicle. But every once in a while, you'll see a CPD vehicle parked in the bike lane too. It's just like, come on, like really?
Right.
Yeah, there's not too many bike lanes here up in the more populated areas of Provo. Provo is where BYU, the main college here in my area of Utah, is. And in that area, there's a lot more bike lane specific areas. But again, it's wide. You know, like you got a huge amount of room for the bike lane to be there, and then not have what you guys have in your bike lanes, where like a car door can open up and block the entire bike lane.
Yeah.
Here, you know, there's going to be like half a car's width between the bike lane and where the car has to park. So there's a ton of space in those areas.
Yeah.
But that all goes back to like the ancient Mormon founding. You know, the one good thing that the dude who designed the cities here did was he said, I want to have it so that an eight oxen long cart train or whatever can do a U-turn. So there had to be that much space in the streets. So all the streets are super, super wide, even in like the oldest part of town.
I feel like eventually, like we're in your location, Skragg, because you said there's so much construction going on. Like obviously, according to your videos, I feel like it's getting more populated to the point where I think they're maybe going to install bike lanes, but who knows? I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. Hopefully that comes to you soon, but you don't seem to have a problem without bike lanes. So.
The problem, I think, is just we're so spread out here in Utah that for people to bike commute, it's difficult. Like if you live in Spanish Fork and you got to commute even one city up from here, it's 10 miles, you know, and you're not going to get too many people who are going to bike 10 miles.
Yeah.
Especially because half the year it's freezing cold and snowing. So people aren't crazy like me and bike in the snow. And then the other half of the year it's super hot. So people aren't going to bike in the 100+ degrees. So there's only a couple of really good biking season or biking months. Yeah. So I think that it's just kind of an afterthought here. And then the other thing is like where I'm at here in Spanish Fork, it's just a complete and total nightmare with what they're doing with the roads. Like the roads were an afterthought, and they decided to cram a bunch of businesses on these roads that were designed for like 2 cars to travel on. And so they're creating these like bottlenecks. So you have all this traffic coming in from the freeway that hits these 2 main intersections that turn into these 1 or 2 way streets that it's kind of a nightmare. So it's actually getting more and more confusing with what they're going to do. So luckily it doesn't impact me too much because I kind of go side routes. I don't go any of the main streets, but on the main streets it's a nightmare.
Yeah. Keep Kim asked the question, do you think bike couriers are helpful or hurtful to the cycling community? Anybody want to answer that first?
I've never seen one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's more for like the inner city people.
Yeah.
Well, they mainly ride fixies, and I think we know how I feel about fixies.
Yeah, I'm not gonna even say anything.
However, stay tuned for tomorrow's video. That's all I'm gonna say. You're gonna be surprised by something I did. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm curious. Now you gotta give us a hint. Now I'm curious.
All I'm gonna say is if you've been keeping up with Kelsey's channel, you could kind of put the 2 things together.
Yeah. I don't know. My 2 cents about bike couriers, I don't really have a problem with them. It's just I see them doing the most traffic violations when it comes to like cyclists, I guess. Like they're the ones that are I don't know, they're just kind of riding a little reckless in the streets, but at the same time, I guess they're one less delivery truck on the street and stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what my opinion would be, because I don't watch very many YouTube channels that involve bike couriers, but I've seen a couple on Jahv's channel just when he's riding next to him or behind him, you know, kind of tailing him. Yeah. And the way that you see them riding, and I understand like they got a job to do, and so they're just doing what they can to get that job done.
And they're
but at the same
time,
time, right? And exactly, and that's the thing is like trying to keep all that in the back of my mind, but still, like Ryan in the chat, I'm sure he'll chime in about this. I'm constantly getting on Ryan's butt because he'll blow stop signs or he just rides so erratically that like for me riding next to him, I don't want someone seeing me later on by myself and associating me. Oh yeah, I've seen that jackass before. He was blowing stop signs. It's like, no. I was the guy that stopped at the stop sign and Ryan was the jackass that blew it. But you know, obviously it's one of those guilty by association kinds of things, and so I get on him constantly, and he just whatever, you know, you stopped for me kind of things. Like, dude, like just portray a good cyclist for me when you're with me. Like if you want to do this stuff on your own, I don't care, but like we should obey the traffic laws. And you know, he's gotten he's gotten pulled over that one time in that one video and gotten the warning.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, that's what happens. But you know, Ryan and his feeling on the authoritarians of Spanish Fork is kind of a funny thing to get him going on. But you know, he's got a little different history with the Spanish Fork PD than I got.
I will say, like, that street you guys ride out on and then make the right, I'm sure when you look left, you can see far down. You know, like you could see a car coming from like a mile away, as opposed to New York City and like major inner cities. You need to like really creep forward and then kind of look and be like, okay, I'm good. So I will say this at the bare minimum, like Ryan is not terrible for doing it, but if you see like a cop car coming, or was that like even a marked Jeep?
It was.
It was marked.
It was marked, but here's the thing: is like you can kind of tell which cars here are the police cars, even the unmarked ones. Like you can see the lights in the grill and things like that.
Yeah,
but,
same here. Yeah.
So in that specific time, like when that happened, when I looked left, there are not very many Dodge Rams that have the full white front bumper. And so seeing that full white front bumper, I thought, oh crap, that's a cop. So that's why I kind of, you know, I at least California stopped or Idaho stopped or whatever, where I slowed down enough so it looked like I made the attempt to stop. And Ryan just did his Ryan thing. You know, normally I just kind of cruise to that stop sign because, like you said, you can see pretty far down to the left. But like I said, the cop just beelined right to Ryan, pulled him over, kind of gave him a little riot act. It was pretty funny, but
yeah. What do you call that, California stop?
In California. Well, I mean, from what I've always understood, it was a California stop is just that rolling stop at the stop sign. I know they probably call it different things on the East Coast or in different.
We just call it rolling stop. We don't have a fancy name. Rolling stop. That's what we call it.
Yeah.
And it's like half the people here probably don't even know what that is. Like, how can you stop and you're still rolling?
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of
like we call that rolling stop.
We would look at it as a yield. Like you yield in the sense that if you see a car coming, you would stop. But and kind of like you said, like there's enough open space that you can see down the road well before you even get to the stop sign. So you know if you blow that stop sign, there's not going to be a car coming. But you know, cops, they don't care. They just trying to enforce law, whatever. But and I don't think there's enough cyclists in the town that I live in that they ever really encounter anybody else other than probably myself and Ryan regularly. I felt kind of bad because in the video that I put up this morning, the group ride, you know, they were just blowing stop signs left and right, and it's almost
that's
a
all
hazard.
Group rides, man. That is all group rides.
It's like it would be a hazard for me to stop at the stop sign. So I just kind of went with the flow of it, and you know, trusted that we weren't going to cause an accident or anything like that as we were getting to the stop signs and blowing the stop signs. But there's a couple where we had to stop because there was cross traffic, but at the stop signs that we didn't stop at, you know, obviously, you know, we just were all rolling it. And again, that's just my own personal, like, I love the law. It's a good thing, you know, it keeps order, it keeps peace and all that other stuff. And I don't want there to be chaos, but I feel like a lot of cyclists bring that chaos on ourselves when we go out of our way to disobey the traffic laws. You know, it's like we want the respect from cars as they're driving past us, but at the same time, we don't give the same respect back to them by not blowing through stop signs in front of them and things like that.
Yeah. That's what I try to whenever I see a car like in an intersection with a stop sign, like I make sure to like fully stop and let them know that I'm actually obeying the law. But if I see there's no one like around, like if I like look, I'll yield through. I don't blow through it. I yield through it. I'm not gonna like fully stop just because like I'm usually in a hurry on my bike and stuff like that. But not like in a reckless way, but I don't know. It's just like not every stop sign I usually fully stop. I usually yield.
Yeah.
If there's no car.
I'm kind of like that myself.
Did you guys see? There's a video that a guy called Maddox put up recently talking about bikes and riding bikes. And I think he actually rides in New York, but it was this whole defense of cycling and things like that. And I saw it because Total Control, I don't know if you guys follow Total Control. I've only just started following him. He kind of hit me up in one of my videos, and I didn't know who he was, but he put a video up linking to Maddox's video.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I remember. He commented on your video.
Yeah, and so the video was a very even keeled like response to why cyclists sometimes disobey the laws or whatnot, and drivers shouldn't flip out at cyclists because they disobey a law here or there, because every driver that drives a car doesn't just do the speed limit. You know, everybody who drives a car goes 5, 10, 15 miles an hour over the speed limit, this, that, and the other. So nobody's perfect, you know. And so a cyclist who doesn't obey every traffic law is no different than a driver that doesn't obey every speed limit or whatever. But
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The reason why I don't always stop at or I don't stay at a red light is when you go through the red light, the cars are still at the red light behind you. So you can have control. Yeah, you can get in front of them. You can get like some good distance on them. You can control the lane if you need to. If you leave the red light the same time they leave the red light, now you're like at the mercy of them, especially if you don't have a bike lane. You know what I'm saying? Now you have to like, oh, I need to like go all the way over. They're not going to really give me any room here. But if you could like go ahead and have a little bit of control of the lane for a little bit, you know, that might work out in your favor. Like in Skragg's case, that's not really how it goes over there. It seems like for the most part, you're fine with space. But sometimes in New York City, I mean, like one of my latest videos, this guy is like riding on the line. Like, I don't know if he was texting or what. I wasn't close enough to see, but it's like, if I'm in front of you, then you'll see me and probably drive a little better. That's how I notice how things works. You know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And that explanation right there, I think if people understood what's going on in a cyclist's mind when they're doing what they're doing, they wouldn't just see some douchebag cutting through a red light or whatever. Like if it was portrayed better or made clear. And that's the problem, is that most of the people out there, and I hate to sound so arrogant as to say like, get off your ass and ride a bike for a little bit, you know, but that's what it is when you're in our saddle and seeing the road in our eyes, I understand why sometimes you have to break the law. It's no different than, you know, being a defensive driver. You know, I'm constantly scanning my rearview mirror because I'll see a car flying up behind me, and well before it ever gets to me, I'm going to change lanes, or I'm going to see the danger coming. So I'm going to, you know, react to the danger before it presents itself, you know, slamming in my back end or whatever. And as a cyclist, you're kind of doing the same thing. Like Jahv just said, you're cutting that red light, not because you want to get ahead, but because you want to be able to control the lane so that you're safer, you know. And that makes perfect sense saying that. I've never thought about it like that, because like you said, Jahv, I don't have that interaction with cars too often.
Yeah, we're put in that position, especially like in Brooklyn, when I hit downtown Brooklyn, when I ride on that bike path next to the sidewalk and got random people trying to walk in the lane and all that stuff. Some days I'm like, it might be safer for me to ride with the cars and not have people, and I could control the lane. You know, that's like always a tricky split-second decision I make every morning I go through there.
Is that the one?
Do I want to ride with the cars?
Is that the protected bike lane with parked cars or something like that? The green?
The cars on my left and the sidewalk on my right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, every morning I come there, I'm like, do I want to go with the cars or do I want to go on the bike path, you know? And legally, I should be in that bike path. Like, if anything happens to me, most likely I'll be 100% in the right. If something happens to you in the street, it's a little wishy-washy.
Yep.
Because the cars are supposed to be in the street. However, a bike does have the right to be in the regular street and take a full lane. Actually, here in New York City, a bike has the right to go on the highway.
Wow.
So,
really?
Yeah, like a guy went on the highway with a city bike. A city bike is those rental bikes.
Yeah.
He went on the highway and like there was no charges brought up on him because it's legal. It's 100% legal.
I did not know that.
And sometimes you have these ride outs with these guys on like BMX bikes, and they'll ride on the highway, and it's 100% legal.
That's crazy.
Yep. Just look up, and people in the chat, just look up like City Bike Cross Bronx, and you'll see it was some guy. It's really funny because there's no city bike dispenser in the Bronx, so this guy like rode from Manhattan all the way up to the Bronx just to ride on the Cross Bronx. I don't know, man. I don't know what that guy was thinking. That's what made it funny, you know.
I've seen stuff like that when they do those critical mass movements, where they just like shut down the entire street or whatever with the bikes. And I don't know, I'm kind of torn on that, just because you see it and again, if you're a driver who gets caught behind that, it's not your fault that they're there. It's just going to piss you off. It's going to make you not like bikes. And I think that those critical mass movements, while they do move the perception of, okay, there's bikes here, you got to pay attention to us, it also does a little bit of disservice to the movement, because it's just like the next time one of you guys is by yourself, I'm going to make you guys pay by not giving you enough room or whatever.
Yeah.
That's just human nature. You know, it's like we're always looking at some way to get over on someone else. And in those moments where they can dominate you, they will, especially if you've pissed them off recently in the past with, 400 of you blocking up the intersections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Or 1,200 of us back in September on Fifth Avenue.
Right.
Skragg, do you know what Fifth Avenue is? When people say Fifth Avenue in New York, like, that's a major road.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I wonder. So, like, because I live in New York City, like, I'm sure a lot of people know, like, Empire State Building, Fifth Avenue, 42nd Street. But then sometimes I'm like, do they really know, or do I just know because I live here? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, obviously, like for you, it's a different thing because you see it more often. So Fifth Avenue is more of a street to you. For us, or at least for me, it's a snapshot you see in TV.
Yeah.
And I would assume it's a lot like the Vegas Strip. Like when you go to Las Vegas, the Vegas Strip is just this little tiny thing, and then the rest of Vegas around it, you don't know anything about because there's nothing spectacular about it. And so they don't show that aspect on TV. So whenever you see a TV show about Vegas, you always see just that one shot coming either down the north side or the south side and seeing one part of the strip or the other part of the strip. And it's just this small little section. I don't know how big Fifth Avenue is, but it's probably bigger.
Well, Fifth Avenue is a very, very long street. It's from uptown
doesn't
Manhattan.
it go through rougher neighborhoods?
Yeah, it starts from, I would say like from Harlem.
Okay.
I would say Fifth Avenue starts in Harlem. Yeah, it starts in Harlem and it goes all the way downtown. But when people talk about Fifth Avenue, they're talking about like in the 50s and in the 40s, like 40th Street, 40-some Street, 50-some Street, and then you have all these like really nice stores and all these really nice, designer stores, like stuff that we'll probably never afford in our lifetime, like crazy stuff like that, So that's what people are talking about when they say Fifth Avenue. But yeah, I think it'd be cool to do a ride like down Fifth Avenue, but I'm not trying to get killed either. There's no bike lane on there, man. It's that's not a place for bikes, but it's a lot of bike messages on Fifth Ave. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of the same for Michigan Avenue here because I never bike in Michigan Avenue, but for the Ride of Silence, we took Michigan Avenue for a little bit. And it was pretty cool just to have like all of us on there and stuff. It was just kind of cool because I've never really biked on Michigan Avenue. Maybe once before, but just like biking on there and looking up at the buildings and stuff was just pretty cool. I don't know. You're not used to that. So.
Yeah. We don't have too much of that here where you're on a specific road and there's all these sights to see. I guess maybe downtown Salt Lake, there's a couple of areas that, you don't really ride on too much as a bike. So it might be impressive to be on it, but it's so wide open here. We don't have skyscrapers and things like that.
Yeah, you have mountains though, so.
Yeah, but you can see those from anywhere, It's just like,
Man,
if I look out my window right now,
though.
I see some mountains.
Yeah, that's
cool with the white top, man. That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll stay snow capped through June usually, but.
So eventually all that snow melts though?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this year's going to be bad too because we're way over water capacity. So they're actually probably going to be seeing flooding here pretty soon.
Dang.
Yeah.
I did a project about that, looking at rainfall earlier in the year to determine if municipalities should release some of their dam water slowly and then hopefully build back up that water later on in the year, like spring going into summer, so that way there's no flooding. And I'll just tell you straight up, it's like impossible to figure out because you're pretty much guessing the weather at that point.
Yeah. And the worst part is we had such a bad drought for the last couple of years that, you kind of want to just let the water be there and enjoy it and let it flood the valley and do everything it's going to do because who knows what it's going to be like next year. This year was just an extreme, mad amount of water that came with all the snow we got and all the rain we're getting still, and it just keeps coming in. And there was some kind of tropical effect that was happening on the West Coast. They called it like the Pineapple Express or something like that. and it was just pounding the West Coast and California. You know, they had a drought for all these years, and then this year they got so much water that they're flooding, and all the dry land is sliding down the mountains and stuff. So they're having all kinds of other problems. But so
when
we live
soil. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
I was just gonna say when the soil gets really compact and like really dry, it's hard to absorb water. So it's like instant flood. Yeah.
Yeah, and we get a lot of that here anyway, just because it's a high desert. So this whole area used to be an ocean, and where all the mountains are was kind of the beach land, and so the valley naturally just will hold all this water when it comes in, and there's not a huge amount of spillway or anything like that. We don't really have any dams here. You know, we got some water reservoirs, but the valley floods quite a bit. Up north where the Salt Lake is. When you're driving across the salt flats, some years you'll just see nothing but salt flats all the way across for 100 miles or whatever, and then other years it looks like an ocean out there.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
So I get it, because I think I don't know if someone asked this year or if this was previously, but do you guys ever get asked by motorists for like with your camera on your helmet and stuff?
Yeah.
Very often? Okay.
I mostly just get kids like, oh, he's got a GoPro. Oh, what's up?
Yeah, I get that. I got that yesterday.
This one kid, I didn't put it up, and I almost did, but I wasn't too sure who this kid was. He comes across and just starts like dancing in front of me and like giving out his Snapchat address, his Instagram address. He's like, yo, hit me up on and like doing the spin move and everything. I should have put it up because it was pretty funny. But and then like does this little Michael Jackson bow out and then walks away, and it's like, what the hell was that? But oh well. So like I said, I didn't know who the kid was, and I just didn't put it up. So sorry to that kid.
It's funny, like sometimes on my bike rides, people will like yell out GoPro, and then when I go back to edit the video, I can't find it. So it actually does happen to me often, but it doesn't make it to the video. I just can't find it.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I do these bike rides, I have like 3 hours of video to go over and condense that to like a 10-minute video. So a lot of things do get dropped.
Yeah. It isn't, surprisingly for me, it doesn't happen too much, but I uploaded a video a couple weeks ago of that one guy in the back of the truck, and he's like really enthusiastically like, hi, like that, and it kind of scared the fuck out of me for a little bit. But yeah, besides that, I don't get asked about my camera too much. It happened once, but in the past year, that's it, surprisingly.
Yeah. I actually, just this last weekend, I got a new helmet, and I dropped my old helmet, and it happened on that ride, that 55-mile ride. And when I picked up the helmet, I could hear it creaking. So I think that when it landed on the GoPro, and I think the GoPro somehow either snapped the inner structure or whatever of it. So talked to my wife about it. She's like, well, so go ahead and get a new helmet. And so I went and got a new helmet, and I don't want to put the GoPro on this helmet now, because after just dropping it that little distance and having it break, I'm like, crap, I don't want to have this happen again. So I moved it back to the chest mount, and I'm just going to leave it on the chest mount for now. I might do a handlebar mount. I'm not too sure, but as it is right now, I'm kind of wary to put it on the new helmet. So less people will be noticing it. You know, when you've got that big old brick sitting on the top of your head, everybody can see it from a mile away.
Yeah.
But when it's just on your chest or on your bike, it kind of blends in with everything else.
Yeah.
So are you using the strap or the sticky thing?
So I kind of had it's like a combination. So I had the strap on here, and this is just like a cheap Chinese knockoff of the GoPro mount, and or the helmet mount from GoPro. And then, so there's a sticky pad also on there. So the sticky pad's what really held it still. And then these were just there to help tension it down. So, you know,
so it doesn't have the piece that slides in. Like
it does.
My strap.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah,
it's just, you're not using it. You're just sticking it on there.
So the piece that slides into the base that connects to the helmet. So right now it can't come out just because I have that little like locking rubber strap thing that GoPro gives you, and that kind of like tightens the mount where the GoPro screws in, so it doesn't move around or rattle or shake.
Oh, that's different than mine.
Is it?
Yeah, mine is so like I have the strap, and then this GoPro piece here just slides in to the strap.
Yeah. So same as that, but there's this little piece, and this fits in where the.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what that is.
So that just fits in. Can you see that?
Yeah.
It just fits into the teeth somehow like this. So it takes up that space.
Mm-hmm.
So that the clip is just really tight in the helmet mounting bracket, whatever. So
you're saying without that, it cannot lock in without that white piece?
No, it'll lock in. It's just there's a tiny bit of play, and so you'll get just a tiny amount of movement. And I mean, it's still tight. It's just this firms it up.
Yeah, I had that. It broke though eventually. So
yeah. And for the most part, I like this setup the best because the camera was always looking where I look. And so from a videography, if I'm documenting whatever, if something happens and I look at it, I know I'm going to capture it. When it's on the chest mount, you're only looking forward. So you either have to make sure that you're super stiff when you're pointing at stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't really like that as much, but at the same time, I don't want to bust another helmet. I mean, I didn't even have it on this one for a year, and just that little drop knocked it enough that it took the helmet out. So, and it was kind of a cheap helmet. So it was just I got it at Costco for like $25. And so it's not a huge loss, but I don't know if better helmets would have withstood the impact more, but I don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
So yeah, my upcoming videos will be chest mount for now, and we'll see where we go from there.
Okay. Yeah, no, I gotta replace my helmet eventually too, because it's like 3 or 4 years old and it's a cheapy helmet. But wait, what brand is your helmet? Do you know, Skragg?
The cheap one?
No, the new one.
It's a Giro. It's the Savant.
Okay.
And I liked it just because it matches.
Matches your bike.
Matches my bike, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh yeah, that is nice.
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How is that bike, by the way? It looks like you're loving it.
Yeah, man. Like, so for the longest time riding my mountain bike, I was more than able to keep up with most people on their road bikes. So I didn't think that there would be that much of a difference between the road bike and my mountain bike. But now, having ridden my road bike I've got just over 500 miles on it now. The road bike is hugely different. Like, you feel way more planted as you're going into turns and things like that. I don't know if it's just because of the way that you're leaning on the bike or what, but it's a completely different feel. And you can tell that it doesn't require as much energy to go the same distance, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree with you on that one.
Yeah. I still love, my commuter bike, my Iguana. It's, the bike's probably older than you are at Chicago. I don't know what year you were born.
Yeah, I'm 96.
Yeah, it's the same age as you, man.
Wow.
It's a 1996 giant Iguana 650B. I bought it for $100, man. That bike has just taken me places.
Yeah, it's those old bikes that last a long time.
For sure. But and I have like a soft spot in my heart. Like, I want to get rid of it because it's taking up a bike slot in my bike rack.
Yeah, you can't get rid of it though.
But yeah, and plus it's got the fenders on it. It's got all that stuff on it. So when it rains here, every once in a while you might see in one of my videos I'll be on that bike, and it's because the ground was wet. So I rode one time on my Defy, and it was wet, and I just got soaked and just covered in all the nasty grit and gravel that gets kicked up and thrown up in the rain, and just I felt like something just took a giant dump on me. And I didn't want to have that feeling again. So I look at the weather and try to predict, all right, is it going to be raining the time I'm leaving or going to work? Yes. All right, taking the Iguana. If not, then I'll ride the Defy. But
yeah.
Speaking of new bikes, my mom just got a new bike.
Really?
I'm pulling it up here. Yeah, she got a Dahan. She got this one.
One of those folding bikes. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Wait, can people see? Let me lock on my thing. Yeah. Yeah, so this is what she has. So like yesterday I got up to the Bronx a little too late. She wanted to ride with me. So hopefully Saturday I could ride with my mom. We'll probably go to like Central Park or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Get a couple laps in. Supposed to be good weather this weekend. Like this week is just gonna be rainy. I think tomorrow is like the only good day. But once Saturday rolls around, all right, this is my weekend, right? 3-day weekend. Saturday, ride bikes with my mom. Maybe Saturday night I hang out with some friends. Sunday, like no one talk to me because racing is gonna be on the whole day. Right? Got Monte Carlo, Indy 500, and the Coke 600. So we got Formula One, IndyCar, NASCAR. No one talked to me that day. And then Monday, there's a bike ride from the Bronx to Brooklyn. So like Brooklyn, Coney Island. So I might tag along on that one when we get to Brooklyn. I'm not 100% sure yet. Yeah, which would be cool. I have not been to Coney Island on Memorial Day. If I've ever been there on Memorial Day, it was like as a little kid. It's been a long ass time.
Okay.
So it should be pretty good.
How far is that?
From where I live, it's like 6-7 miles.
Oh, okay, that ain't
That's
bad.
not bad.
Yeah, it's not a long ride. And then the other beach, Reeves Park, maybe I might hang out there too. I like out there. It's really quiet. It reminds me a lot of Orchard Beach. Just really quiet, not a lot of people. Pretty nice, pretty chill. And that beach is a no lifeguard beach, so people go in the water all the time. Which you will see at Coney Island. I'm gonna post an episode maybe Tuesday about someone swimming in the water when it's like 60, 50 degrees outside. It felt like 40 degrees outside. But she had a wetsuit on, so I'll give her that. And I don't know. I guess the same deal in Utah, but here in New York, on the coast, the water is really cold all the way up to like July.
Yeah, same here in Chicago.
So it was freezing in that water. I know for sure. But yeah, something to look forward for tomorrow. No, did I say Tuesday? So Wednesday. Wednesday video we'll have her.
Okay.
I forgot tomorrow's Tuesday already.
Yeah.
I'm not excited for this crappy weather, that's for sure. Because I got to commute in it a lot. That's going to suck.
So do you guys strictly either, I know, Jahv, you take the train sometimes. Do you not have a car or?
Yeah, I don't have a car.
Okay, in Chicago, I'm pretty sure you just have the bike, right?
Yeah, I just take the train, like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if I had a car, there was nowhere for me to park. I mean,
Yeah,
I work in the financial district, man.
And that makes sense to me. Yeah, that makes sense to me that you wouldn't have a reason to even drive a car if you had a car, that kind of thing. And that just gets to the where you guys live versus where I live. You know, everybody's got 2, 3, 4 cars at their house mostly. You know, so our population's low, but our car density is high, kind of thing. Like there's way more cars than there needs to be.
Yeah.
Let me put this on top of what you're saying. Here, where I live now, they street sweep 4 times a week on my block, 2 on each side. So that's 4 times a week I have to move my car if I had one, as opposed to where I used to live in the Bronx, where my block actually took you outside of New York City. So those kind of blocks, they don't sweep those blocks at all. So you could literally park your car on the side of the road and not even worry about it. So the reason I bring this up is like Skragg don't have to worry about that because he owns a home and he has a garage and all that stuff. Inner city people do not like having cars. Everyone complains about having to move their car.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I had to move my client's car the other day because the street cleaner, and like I was just nervous like overnight thinking like, all right, well, I don't want to give her a ticket and stuff. It's like I hate it. Like I don't have a car, but I still have to worry about other people's cars. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, if you so it's Skragg, do they sweep the street out there? Like, do they tell people to move their cars?
Not on a regular basis. Like, there might be a street sweeper that comes through, but they don't announce it usually. closest thing would be the snow plows. So the snow plows, when they have snow, you're not supposed to park on the street for like 3 days after a major snowstorm because the plows have to have their time to come through. And where I live on a cul-de-sac, so it's even worse because they do the streets according to the traffic flow. So anywhere a bus has to go to take kids to school, they do those streets first. Then they do any secondary surface streets, and then third would be traffic circles or not traffic circles, cul-de-sacs. And so our street, if they ever get to it, is always dead last. So most people just assume it won't ever get gotten to, and so they just stay on the street. And then the plow comes through and can't do anything because everybody's on the street still. So.
In New York, they're supposed to move off of the main roads, but no one does that. Like no one, people straight up don't do that. No, you don't get a ticket. It's just that. Where am I going to park? Because we all parked on the secondary road.
Yeah. Like they sell parking spaces out there, don't they? Like you pay for a parking place like it's a rental.
Yep.
If you're in a garage, I mean, not on the street, but if you're in a garage, it's like $500-$600 a month.
And not in the streets, but like underneath the train and stuff, and it's dirt cheap because like the shit that like seeps from the tracks from the train like gets on your car, so they're paying like $25 a month maybe, which is dirt cheap.
What?
Yeah,
that's nothing. People would kill for that in New York.
People do it, but you got to realize all that stuff that's seeping on your car, it's like it's ruining the paint and stuff. So that's why a lot of people don't do it.
People don't care in this way. They're like, man, look, like think about it, $25 a month. I got to do my paint job every few years, or $500 a month.
Yeah, that's true.
My car probably still will get scratched because the way those people drive in parking garages is just crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah, those are definitely problems we don't have out here. Our problems are like mostly just people that drive like idiots, and people coast into each other on the freeway and things like that. Or like it'll be snowing and people are still doing 80 miles an hour,
that's crazy.
Spinning around in circles on the freeway. Like, what the hell? Why is this happening? Drive like morons.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, when it snows really bad, they want people off the road. I think we had a curfew last time.
Yeah, I feel like that happens a lot there. It's pretty crazy.
Since this new mayor has come in, I've noticed it. I don't think under the last mayor he ever gave out curfews, But I will say that New York City does clean the street very quickly. Like I remember back in 8th grade, it was allegedly like the worst snowstorm ever in New York City history, and it was on a Sunday, and the next day we had school, which is pretty crazy. We had almost 3 feet of snow, maybe 2.5. I can't remember exactly, maybe 2.5. But the next day we were in school.
Damn.
And everything worked. For the most part, everything worked. They did everything being the trains and buses, and they did a pretty decent job cleaning up that snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't shut nothing down out here, man. Like it's fend for yourself. Like you got to get to work no matter what. It's like you'll be on the freeway, the snow will be 3-4 inches deep. You can't even see the lanes on the road. People are just driving wherever they can, and it's just chaos. But
actually, for our last major snowstorm, they didn't even close work, and the mayor is like, he cancels school for kids. He's like telling everyone, if you don't have to be on the road, make sure you're not on the road. And here I am. Like, man, I gotta go to work tomorrow, but I didn't even go because they shut down the train by where I live, so I would have to walk half mile. So all trains that are above ground, they shut down. Trains below ground kept on going. So I could have still went to work, and maybe it would have took me 10 more minutes or 20 more minutes. But I'm like, all right, I could get there. How do I come back home? I didn't want to deal with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will get an exception, be to work an hour late or something like that. But for the most part, it's you're gonna be at work today, whether or not you're there on time. That's up in the air, but you better be there, kind of thing. Yeah, and for me, I still get there on time because I'm an idiot that rides a bike, so there's not much stopping me.
You have to keep in mind we're heavily dependent on mass transit in New York City.
Yeah.
We're very dependent on that. I mean, and I remember when this happened, over 10 years ago, there was a transit strike, and like a lot of my classmates couldn't get to school because they live so far. Like my dad drives to work, so he would drop me and my brother off. But like if it weren't for my dad, I'd probably have to stay home for those days because just like so many kids here in New York City, they travel a long way to go to school, like an hour or more. Some kids travel even more than that. Some kids I knew came from Pennsylvania for school.
Yeah.
Like that's a special case. Like her uncle was like an assistant principal at the school.
Oh, okay.
But some kids came from really far. I mean, it's just different here in New York City.
Yeah.
It definitely seems like a completely different mindset that you have to be able to exist in that kind of an environment. Like out here, everything seems so slow compared to even just where I lived before in California. As not a major city, as Sacramento is the state capital, but as far as the type of city it was more open. Now it's like 2 million people that live there, so it's almost the same population as the entire state that I live in was in just the county of Sacramento. But it didn't feel like a lot of people, it just felt like, okay, it's kind of busy here, but it's not crazy busy. Nothing like how it is for where you guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't even get me started on Midtown, man. Like you think it's busy where I work? Like when I come off the bridge and I like cut through those cars and I make a left turn onto Broadway, that is nothing. Midtown be crazy. Actually, you guys know what Penn Station is, right? Pennsylvania Station. Skragg, no?
Mm-mm.
All right, Penn Station is, depending on who you ask, is the most busiest station in all of New York City. Penn Station, Grand Central. I'll go with Penn Station. So you have LIRR, the Long Island Railroad. You have Amtrak. You have New Jersey Transit.
Oh wait, is his audio cut out?
Something froze. I wasn't sure if that was me.
Walking.
Oh, he's
all
back.
Right. Oh, what happened?
No, you cut out for like 5 seconds.
You're naming off several things. You got to like Penn Station, then it froze up.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I list the train stations? I'll be the different kind of trains that go there.
You're like Amtrak, and then that's about where it froze.
Amtrak, LIRR, Long Island Railroad, New Jersey Transit, and then the regular trains, like the regular MTA city trains. So like it's so many people walking to this train station. People are walking in the street to get to this train station. And they're doing this on 7th Avenue, which is a very, very major street. Like this is unreal. And then some people do it on 8th Avenue. And on 8th Avenue, they're walking in the bike lane to get to the station. Like it's unreal seeing this stuff, man. Like maybe one day I'll do a video on it after work, but it is unreal. It is crazy the stuff you see.
Yeah, you need to do a video on that. That sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's really nuts out there. I mean, I would love for Skragg to like come out here for like a weekend or something to just lose his mind.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it is for me when I go to Vegas, because I go to Vegas once a year for work. And I get there and I'm just like, how can anybody live like this every single day? Just the madness of, and Vegas isn't that big either, like I've been to Los Angeles, and Los Angeles is the ultimate nightmare for me. And I'm sure that's similar to what it is like out there for probably even you, Chicago, because I know Chicago is a major city, but like I get out there and I'm just like, it's such a headache. I don't even want to leave the hotel room. Like I'm in Vegas and the most fun I have is sitting in the hotel room watching like, football or hockey or yeah.
Like fucking the company's paying for it.
But yeah, you get out there and it's a completely different experience. And I don't know, I'm so used to my small town atmosphere now that it's hard not to just be so used to it.
Yeah, my dad's the same way too. He doesn't like the city at all. I mean, because they're up in the burbs, but whenever he comes down here, he hates it. He just does not like the city at all. I don't know, but I don't know. I feel like he likes living the slow pace kind of life, which I don't blame him. But
yeah, and that's funny too, because like as I'm getting older, and I feel like I'm like the really old guy of the group right now. Going on 35, it's like, oh yeah, I'm the old guy by a long shot. I'm almost old enough to be your dad there, Chicago.
Yeah.
You'll be on Maury before that. Someone have to prove they're the dad.
But yeah, like as I'm getting older, I'm starting to really appreciate the slower lifestyle, you know, like not needing to go out and do stuff all the time, just chill at home, relax. And, you know, that aspect of life is appealing to me more and more every day.
Yeah. I don't see myself living in the city all my life, but I mean, obviously if I plan on becoming a Chicago police officer, I kind of have to, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
Do either of you guys watch Officer 401?
No.
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, that would be awesome for you to do something like that.
Yesterday.
Yeah, I love his channel, man. He's another one of those guys that just I feel like I could sit down with for hours and just hang out, you know.
Like, is he kind of like? Could you guys watch Officer Rob? Because he's kind of like him, where he.
Yeah, I watch him too.
Yeah, is it kind of like him?
I don't know Officer Rob, but
they're a little different.
Okay.
Officer Rob rides a motorcycle. Officer 401 drives a car.
Yeah.
Okay. So does he? How does he record this with his, like?
He has it like stuck to his head.
Yeah.
He's always in his car driving probably to or from work. I don't know, but his car that he's in is like all blacked out. So if you were next to him at a stoplight and you look over, you would be able to see him.
I thought that was his police car. No, that's his personal car.
Yeah, it's just his personal Charger.
Oh, I thought that was like a. I always used to say that car looks kind of empty to be a cop car.
Yeah, it's just his personal car.
All right.
Hey, what city does he work in?
He's down in Georgia, so I think he's in.
He's with like Do It With Dan somewhere.
Yeah. Do It With Dan is how I found out about him, was because Do It With Dan talked about him or something like that, and then linked to him on one of his channels.
I remember that. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, he's a detective or something, I want to say, and
he got promoted recently.
Yeah. He used to just be he was an inner city cop, and then he went to being like a sheriff or something like that. So.
Okay.
Did you see his video recently? He talks about having he became a dad again. Now he has a son as well.
Yeah, he made that announcement. Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see the video when he talked about his ex cutting her leg?
No.
Oh, I'm not gonna ruin it for you. That's some crazy shit he was talking about, man.
We said cutting her leg?
All I'm gonna say is this: Officer Rob said, "Guys always tell me that." Not Officer Rob, sorry. Officer 401. Officer 401 says, guys always tell me that their girlfriends are crazy. They ain't see crazy yet. That's all I'm going to say.
His ex?
Yeah, his ex. I was like, what? When he said that, I was like, yo, you need to get out of there.
That's funny.
I'm not. Go on and look it up.
Yeah, I'll actually sub him right now because that sounds pretty interesting.
So I know. I mean, speaking of crazy girlfriends and stuff like that, I don't have a whole lot of experience in that area. And Jahv, I think you've actually got a similar situation to mine, where you've been with the same girl for a long time, right?
Yeah. And
then Chicago sounds like you're the only one here that's
on Grindr.
Yeah, I'm having no luck out here.
But
just come to New York City, man. And
I should. I need to.
You know, I'll show you the places. Not like I know anything.
Yeah, Jahv's always, dude. Do you watch Jahv's live streams at all when he's doing it on Instagram?
Oh no, I don't get any notifications for that anymore.
Dude, like he's always out there with all kinds of ladies, man. You hang out with Jahv for a weekend, he'll hook you up, man.
No. The only lady I'm with is my girlfriend.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you're there with your girl, but like you got all those other females like in the dugout waiting or something, like on deck.
No, nothing extra is going on.
No, I'm not trying to accuse you or nothing like that. I'm just saying, you know, if something happened to your girlfriend, like it would be a downfall, but not for long. You know, it would be like, yeah. Be like, I need somebody to comfort me, and he'd just be like, "Hey, lady."
That's all lies, man. I just love cycling. That's all.
I always tell my wife, and this is terrible, and people are gonna think I'm awful for it, but she's asked me a couple times, like if she died or something happened, or you know, if I'd get remarried, and I was like, nah, I'd never make that mistake again.
Man.
But no, I've been with my wife since we started dating when I was 16. So like,
Really?
yeah, man.
Oh wow, like I'm in the same boat as you. Like
Yeah. Like when
I
I hear you talk
was
about your girlfriend, I'm
almost
like, I
17.
know exactly what you're talking about. So
Yeah, I was almost 17. Like a week before I turned 17, we made it official. And yeah, now I'm 24, going on 25.
yeah,
Nice.
Yeah,
and not
yeah,
married.
and not married.
That's see, that was the hard part for me, was the not married thing. Not that I'm not saying I wasn't getting married. She's probably in the other room about to kick down the door. She was trolling the chat earlier, but
Oh, was she?
yeah, my wife and my daughter. Like, come on now, like you got something better to do on a Monday night, right? But yeah, the us getting together and being together, all that stuff. You know, we were together for years and years and years, and then she actually got pregnant, or I should say, we got pregnant, and that, you know, kind of pushed us in the direction of, okay, we should get married. And 10 days after we got married, we had our first baby. So it was like, boom, shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking shotgun wedding.
Yeah. See you later, Jeep. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, man. I talked to Jeep a lot. Like, he's actually emailed me a couple of times. And so we've had some talks outside of even YouTube and stuff like that. He's a cool guy, man.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, I usually get like Instagram DMs from some of the viewers.
Really?
Which is fine. Yeah.
Oh, then again, I don't leak my Instagram. I probably should, eh?
I definitely think that's one of those aspects that the motovloggers, again, I think are a good example. And Jahv kind of talks about comparing the cyclist vloggers to motovloggers, and there's a lot that we could kind of copycat off of what they do, where they link their Instagrams, their Twitters, or this or that, to try and kind of broadcast out and connect bases with the fans and things like that. But
yeah,
that's just good. That's just good practice, just in general for any YouTuber. I think that's good practice because YouTube, like in my eyes, YouTube is like, here's the cycling, here's the meat of it, and then like Instagram is kind of like, here's like a little bit of cycling, but also a little bit of my personal life as well. Because I rarely show my face on camera, and on Instagram you get to see my face more often.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. But this guy Skragg is trying to get me in trouble, man. Talking about, oh, man, I just need someone to comfort me.
No, man, like I'm not trying to bust or nothing. No, it just looks like you have a good time, man. You're still, still young and able to go out and have fun. Don't have kids, I assume, right? Or they just don't ever appear in it. But enjoy that life, man. That's all I can say is, while you're young, like, live it up. Because when that responsibility hits, man, it changes your whole entire life. Like, you start focusing on this little life that you have to do everything in your power to make sure that they're happy and taken care of. Yeah. And mindset just completely changes, or at least I think good people's mindset changes. Like, I have a nephew who, he's just the scum of the earth, man. And like, I can't understand how you can have a kid and just, not even think about the kid at all. It's, I don't even want you as part of my family now, but it is what it is with him.
That's why I just don't. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. I just don't, like, personally, for me, it's like, I don't think I'm ever gonna have a kid, just because, like, not that I'm like, I don't know. I'm just afraid that I wouldn't be that good of a parent. I don't know. And it's just like, there's two reasons. That's reason one, and reason two, this is a selfish reason, is because I honestly just, I probably will not be able to afford having a kid, especially here in Chicago. Like, I don't know. I just can't really imagine that myself. I don't know. So.
Oh, you think it's bad in Chicago? Come live in New York and then tell me that.
Yeah, it's even worse. Yeah. I don't know how people do that, but yeah.
You got to live in a place like Utah, man. Got the lap of luxury out here.
Yeah.
You can work at a job making, even $15 an hour, and you're doing well. Like, it's
really,
it's the cost of living out here is so cheap. Like, when I tell people what my monthly payment is on my house, it's like, what? And how big is this? Like, yeah, it's this big. Like, what? Like, it's crazy, like, people just don't understand that there are different areas of the world you can live in that it's not hard to exist. But,
yeah.
I work in real estate, and like I don't sell it. I'm an analyst, and the southeast section of Central Park sells for roughly $5,000 per square foot. The condominiums out there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yep,
That's
that's
insane.
by where the Apple Store is. Like, you guys know where the Apple Store is, like 59th Street on Fifth Avenue.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
We got an Apple
All
store
right,
down off of like the freeway here, but
Skragg, you don't know that Apple Store? All right, Skragg,
no.
right now, Google Apple Store, Fifth Avenue, New York, and you're gonna see it. It's like a glass. It's a glass like structure,
Well, that's how. Yeah, that's how most of them are here in
and
Chicago too.
then you go
Oh
downstairs.
wow, yeah. Okay. It looks like the Louvre or whatever in France, kind of.
They're sorry, yeah, they're
Yeah, it
building
kind of
one
looks like that.
like
Yeah.
that here in Michigan Avenue. They're
Yeah,
building one like that.
No, we just got like it looks like it's in a kiosk at the mall.
Yeah, some of them look like that. Some of them are really, really nice. But that one is like the flagship Apple Store.
Yeah.
So since that area where the condominiums go for roughly $5,000 a square foot, and these are some huge condominiums. I mean, easily 3, 4 bedroom apartments with like 2 baths. I mean,
That's crazy.
it's crazy. Yeah. I had to do like a report on it for work. And when I saw this stuff, I was like, whoa, this
Yeah, that's
is
crazy.
nuts.
Yeah.
5G per square foot. Like, damn.
The worst part about that is like, I mean, it's even kind of going on out here. So when I bought my house back in 2012, the market was just recovering, and it was at a time when you could get my house. I bought my house for $150,000.
Okay.
What?
200. Yeah.
Before you continue that story, let me just insert this. Right now, you know I live by a park, right? Like you can see on Strava. On the other side of the park, they're selling parking spots for $300,000.
Yeah.
Oh my.
But
a place to
continue
park
the
your car.
story.
Yeah, a place to park your
continue
car.
the story though.
And that's the part that I look at. I'm just like, how could anybody live in an area like that where you got to pay that much for a parking stall, let alone an entire place that you live in? And I bought my house 2012. The market had just started to turn, and paid $150,000 for the house. Today, just in the few years that I've owned the house, the market has just come roaring back, and like a house across the street from me just sold for $274,000, and it's the same size as my house, but it doesn't have a basement, so it's 1,000 square feet smaller than my house.
Wow.
And the next door neighbors to me put their house up, and they're asking $311,000. So my house essentially has doubled in value already. But I look at it and I just go, why do we have a system where you can have such crazy amounts of swing that someone could, literally have a $15 an hour job and buy a house to within 5 years, you can barely afford rent in a house like this. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me that, it swings so wildly, but
it's the favorite curve, supply and demand.
Yeah. And that's the
really
thing
what
right
it
now
is.
is the supply. And our economy right now is just absolutely going through the roof. I think we're 1 or 2 as far as the unemployment rate, being the lowest. And the number of businesses moving here, like Utah is a booming center for business right now. And it's a good thing, but at the same time, it's bad because it's sucking all these people in that have income and money from outside that's higher. And it's inflating because it's, it's supply and demand. So there's not enough homes on the market. So now all the homes are going through the roof, and they're trying like mad to build to keep up with the demand, but it's just not happening.
Yeah.
But you can still rent, $600, $700. It's not going to be the greatest place, but when I hear people paying, $1,200 for a studio apartment, I'm just like, what? It's just, $1,200 out here is going to get you a 5-bedroom house.
That's insane.
$1,200 for a studio apartment. That is like in the Bronx somewhere. Like the Bronx, all right, so the Bronx would be like northern Bronx, like not far from where I used to live. $1,200 would get you like a 1-2 bedroom apartment. Try getting a studio in Manhattan, like Union Square, like where all those weirdos hang out. It's probably like 25 to like 3,000.
Wow, first studio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nuts, man. It is nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, we didn't really talk about it yet tonight, but like this kind of goes on the aspect of making money and doing all that kind of stuff. And I know, Jahv, we kind of talked about, we should mention or bring up as a topic the YouTube making money. Because I know you did your video on it, and I kind of did a response video, and several other people I think have even done a response video to it. So it kind of started a little bit of a fire.
Who else has talked about this?
That Shadow Mississippi guy talked about it. Total Control talked about it.
Hold on, let me sub to Total Control now.
Speaking of YouTube money, I'm pretty sure no one's actually making any money right now because of the adpocalypse or something like that, where all these advertising companies are like not advertising on YouTube because of what something happened earlier. It's like these big YouTube channels are talking about controversial topics, and these advertising companies don't want to be associated with that, so they just pretty much like completely drop from YouTube. That's why like no one's really making money off YouTube right now.
My income has gone up over the last few days. Over the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's just affecting big channels, I should say.
Yeah, and that makes sense to me though, because I mean, YouTube's just, what it seems like to me is YouTube's enforcing what they've always had on the books as far as their terms of service or terms of use. And now you have a lot of channels that were just not going by the rules. And so now that they're getting hit and demonetized for a lot of their old content and even their new content, that's what is affecting them, because the advertisers did not want to be associated with any of these kinds of things. And so they just are only experiencing what should have always been going on, which is the YouTube filter. But it kind of sucks that for a long time you never got pulled over for speeding on the street, and now the cops decide they're gonna arrest everybody that speeds on the street, and you're just going, what the heck? We used to drive as fast as we wanted. Well, now they're enforcing the law. So I kind of see it as YouTube's just overreacting to try and pull back some of the control so that they don't lose the funding from the advertisers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it will come back. And honestly, like that's one of the things for me is I always tried to keep my channel pretty PG, if not G rated. Like I try not to swear. And, when I ride with Ryan, it's kind of a funny thing because what's really funny is so Ryan's Mormon, right?
Okay.
But he's like kind of jacked Mormon. I don't know if you guys know that. Like that's a term out here, which is you're Mormon in the sense that like you believe in the faith and you go to church, you do all that, but you also understand that you're fouled. And so you're just going to be, okay with being fouled. So he's, kind of a potty mouth and, whatever. And so when I ride with him, I always wonder, like, am I going to get my videos demonetized in the future because of things that you're saying and not what I'm saying? Because I try to keep it pretty clean. And a lot of that comes from just the fact that, like, I've got kids that are on YouTube constantly. My kids watch those videos of people unwrapping toys or playing video games, doing all that stuff. Like I don't understand it, but it's my kids. They're into that, whatever. And those are the channels that make mega bank, right?
Oh yeah.
And they're still making money because they're still PG and G rated, and so they didn't get impacted. But all the bigger vloggers, your Casey Neistats that are a little more politically active, or try to use their influence a little bit more, like that's who YouTube
politically
was more
active. Telling you who to vote for.
Yeah.
It's your fault that he's in office because you're not voting. Not the people who voted for him. Not the people who voted for him, but because you sat on the side, it's your fault.
Yeah.
But anyway, that just pissed me off.
No, yeah, me too. I
man.
unsubscribed from him pretty much after that. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, like that was it, and also like his channel. Like if you look at his channel 2 years ago, you look at it now. It goes from, hey, I'm building this company. I mean, I guess from our eyes, like I think subscriber wise and money wise, it's going up. But in terms of like the way he started building this business, always in the studio, now it's like, hey, today I'm gonna jump out of an airplane, without a parachute. Let's see what happens. And then it turns out to be like a stage prop or something like that. It's like, well, this is not what I'm signed up for. I don't really like this.
And what's interesting,
not to cut you off. Sorry about that.
So like I've been on YouTube for years. Like my channel goes way back to probably even the beginning of YouTube. And I only started putting up videos a little while ago, and then I got heavily into it when I was doing my biking videos. But I was never a subscriber to any of these mega channels. Like my channels that I've been subscribed to are all of like 1,000, subs or less. Like Jahv, you're probably one of the bigger ones, or Chicago, you're probably one of the bigger ones that I'm subscribed to, outside of like the moto vloggers. And even the moto vloggers, I'm only subscribed to like 1 or 2 of them when there's all these other ones. And for me, what most of my subscription feed is, and this is kind of hard to keep up with because there's so many now, is other cyclist vloggers that, when someone comments on a video of mine and I don't recognize the comment, like I'll go to that channel, and if they've got content, I try to watch it, and I'll sub to them, and I try to watch it. But there's so many now that my feed is just constantly getting filled up, and I can't watch. There's just not enough time in the day for me to watch and comment. So I'm like falling back behind on a lot of these videos, and I feel bad because I don't want people to feel like, oh, well, he only said hi to me in this one video because he wanted me to, sub to him or something like that. Like that's not the purpose. It's like that. There's honestly like not that many people's channels that I can keep up on.
Yeah.
And I like, there are some vloggers like you guys, when one of your guys' videos comes up, I just will put it on and usually listen to it like at my desk while I'm doing my work. I'll just put it on and have the phone turned over, so I'm not really watching the video. I'm just kind of listening. And when a topic comes up or whatever, it'll be easy for me to comment on because I hear you guys talk about it. But if it's something that's a visual thing, I usually miss it. And so like for you, Chicago, a lot of your videos right now have been, somebody cutting you off or something crazy happening. And so I have to watch it, but luckily they're only like 45 seconds long.
Yeah.
Jahv, a lot of your stuff, I'll listen for you to like, man, that crackhead, whatever. And then I'll flip the phone up real quick and just rewind a couple of seconds and then be like, oh yeah, that was stupid. But yeah, it makes it a lot easier, especially when someone says something. But what's so funny is like, I can't mimic that, or I can't mirror that because I don't have the same city dynamic. And so for me, a lot of my videos have to be like a conscious stream of thought, where I'm trying to have a conversation with who I assume is on the other side of the screen, or at least try to make it interesting, because it would just be me riding a bike on a not busy road, staring at the mountains every day,
Yeah.
And for some people, like I've had some people comment and just be like, oh yeah, this is absolutely beautiful, or it's really serene, it's really peaceful. And I'm just kind of like, do you want more videos like that? So I've kind of started putting up more of a mix, like having videos that are just me riding, like this 1.5 hour long video. Majority of it is just me heavily breathing into the microphone, riding up a hill or something like that. But I've had so many people like watch those videos that my interpretation is, if I get a lot of views on something, then people like it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get a lot of comments, so I just kind of go with what I see views. Yeah, Perry said he cyclist comments, Skragg, the mountains. But the hard thing for me is like, I don't know what the people want. And and like the feedback, for anybody watching this live stream, like for us, if you're not a cycle vlogger and you don't do these things, like having someone tell you whether something's good or bad, like that helps a lot. And so if I can drive my channel towards what you guys want, then I'll do that, because for me, the recording is just a thing to do as a thing to do while I'm riding, because I spend a lot of time by myself on the bike, and the recordings is a way for me to share that with someone who might be interested. But if there's a topic or things like that you guys want to know about, I'm always open to it. I'm sure you guys are the same way.
Yeah.
But I just don't get any of that feedback normally, or I'll get just the constant, like, oh yeah, that was a really pretty ride, or that was a this. And so that's why I kind of do this mix of stuff. I'm not sure really where I was going with this topic, but we were on the subject of making money. And I know Jahv, when you posted that video, I totally agreed with the idea that you should never quit your 9 to 5 based on your YouTube income. Like what you make on YouTube should just be fun money. And for me, it should be the AdSense. Like when you get online and you're saying to somebody, you know, I've got this Patreon, and unless you donate money to my Patreon, I'm going to stop making money, or I'm going to stop making videos. So it's almost like you're holding your channel as a hostage.
Yeah.
And there are some people who get so like enamored with you as a person that they're willing to throw money at you just to hear you talk again. It's weird. It's kind of crazy. But you know, obviously there's people out there that just have money to blow. And I understand that. Like, spend your money on crack, whores, YouTube vloggers. I don't care. Like, it's fine by me. Like, I'm not going to tell you can't spend your money on them, but I just think there's so many better ways to spend your money. But the sad part is, like, there's so many now of these vloggers that just, oh, if you don't sign up for my Patreon, then you're not going to get my most current videos, or I'm not going to release all my content to you.
I have seen that.
And
you're
it's just like,
see the video like 3 days later or whatever.
Yeah,
I've seen that. Yeah.
Again, it's the hostage thing. It's you're not going to be up to date with what I'm thinking. They think that they're so important that people have to hear what they're saying, that they have this power over the minds of their viewers. And I guess they do, because they get money, obviously. Yeah. But to me, it's all about the AdSense, and Total Control kind of hit it, because he's in a different situation than any of us. You know, I guess he's homeless and he's got a lot of medical conditions and all this other stuff. So for him, anyone who gives him money, like, it literally is supporting him. But that's because he can't work or whatever. You know, I've got a 9-to-5. I know, Jahv, you got a 9-to-5. I know you're in school, Chicago, and you've got your job as well. And so we all can appreciate the income we get in addition to that income. You know, I don't know if you guys have gotten AdSense checks or not. You know, I've received 2 so far.
Really?
And it's not from biking. You know, the bicycle stuff has only just started really getting me any subscribers. It's all from those 2 videos, my brake job video and my gun disassembly video. Those 2 videos are where all of my AdSense revenue has come from. And you know, those videos are 5-6 years old.
Yeah. So
it's just an income that came from that. But again, I look at that as that's fun money. Like, any of that comes in, I'll put it towards biking or whatever my current hobby is, because I don't know if I'll always be a cyclist. For me, it seems to be something that I can stick with, and I really like it, and it's helping me to be fit and this, that, and the other. But, you know, I've gone from gaming to guns and cars and all this other stuff that I just have hobbies all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested in that whole AdSense, because I've never actually monetized my videos. But I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I'm thinking about. I just don't produce enough videos to actually like even think about making a profit, to be honest with you. But I don't know, because don't they have to be over a certain amount of time too? It's like 10 minutes or something like that to actually make a profit.
No, it's any time length. But if you want to have ad at the end of the video, and even like within somewhere in the middle multiple times, it needs to be at least 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. And I don't go too in depth as far as setting up all the different possibilities for AdSense. I think I have the most basic thing, which is it rolls an ad at the beginning of the video that's a skippable ad.
Okay.
But I don't know if ads play midstream. They might not. I don't have it set up to do that, as far as I know.
You have to do that for each video.
Okay, so then I don't
do it. Yeah.
Okay, so I know that I have the basic minimum revenue possible for it, so it plays an ad at the beginning. And if anything comes from that, like I said, if any money is made off of that, there's a couple of cents here and there that stockpiles. I know if you have the app, the YouTube Creators app, it'll give you a 30-day estimate on how much you've made, and that number will vary, you know, depending on how many times people viewed your videos, or I don't know if subs still plays into it. I don't think subscribers does, because there's too many ways of botting that.
No, it's mainly clicks. So I used to work for a digital ad agency, and pretty much the agency will pay a little bit of money for an impression just for someone to see an ad, and they'll pay even more money for someone to click on the ad. And I've even heard if you click on an ad and you buy that product at that time, then you get paid even more money. So sometimes every now and again, you'll have like this huge spike in money. And you're like, wow, I didn't get a lot of clicks that day. So usually what happens is someone clicked on an ad and they bought something. That's what I heard. I don't know if that buying something is true, but I know for sure the clicks is true and the impression thing is true. So.
And YouTube has tweaked the algorithm and all that other stuff multiple times. So like you were saying, Chicago, it could have been in the past that your videos had to be a certain length, but now it's not. But in the future, maybe it will be again. Because it used to be that you'd have people that would put up, a minute-long video, and they put 10 of them up a day. And so you're only a minute into it, and it's over, but the next one comes out 5 minutes later. And so that's how people were getting so many views, is because, they build up their subscriber numbers, and then they'd have 5 videos come out a day, even though the total length was 5 minutes long. But it was just, there's always different ways of tweaking the algorithm, and then people find a way to game the system.
Yeah, so watch time is what they use. I think watch time is more important than views.
Yeah.
So like if you have like a nice sized video and you're able to retain your audience, that would actually push that video up in the search. So like something like Jimmy Johnson wins 7th NASCAR championship. If you look that up, my video comes up on the first page. I have 7,000 views. I'm not sure how many minutes or hours or even days of watch time I have, but I was able to acquire a lot of time in the beginning. So now it's one of the first videos. So watch time is important. I think it's more important than views, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
And plus,
go ahead. Go ahead, Chicago.
All right. Well, I mean, just because like I said to Jahv, I don't know if you were here yet, Skragg, but I got an email from the company, from some random company, saying they want to borrow my video or use my video for whatever reason. And it says like you can make profit off that, but like because like Jahv, you said you made $120, right, for someone borrowing your video?
Yeah, and I actually got contacted by that company again, and they want to use more of my more videos.
See, because they contacted me, and I never responded yet, but they're like, they're currently working on a video about people who are fighting back against littering, and I would like to know if we can use your video. I titled the video, "I despise people who litter," because I remember a couple years ago I recorded somebody who's like throwing their fucking garbage out on the street, and I got really pissed off at them. And they're like, we will of course give on-screen attribution to you. So I don't know if that even means if I would get paid or not.
Sounds like just exposure.
Yeah, that's bullshit. And no, I'm just like, I know I sound greedy for like, no, I don't want to get, like, I want to get paid, but it's just like, come on. It's like, if you want to use my video, like.
Yeah, and that's cool too. Like I said, like I found out that my gun video was being thrown out onto a bunch of different gun websites that never gave credit to me and all this other stuff. I didn't go through the process of shutting it down, but at the same time, I thought, I did this video not to make money. I did this video as people have asked me about this gun and how to do this thing with it. And so I made a 2-minute long video, and here's how you do it. And that was the whole thing from it. And the AdSense is the only revenue that I get from it, besides the fact that I even think it was on Smith & Wesson's website for a while.
Really?
And it's like, okay, Smith & Wesson, hit me up and say, hey, you want a free gun? Yeah, I'll take a free gun. You can have my video. I don't care. But at the same time, it's just one of those things that I would much rather someone at least say this came from Skragg. At that time, my channel was Skragg 101, but it would have just been, now it'd be Skragg Cyclevlog. Okay, whatever. But the credit sometimes is just as valuable as the dollar, because if they put that video up and just them crediting your channel is enough that 10,000 people subscribe to you because of that, that could be the money that they would have paid you up front. And it's the continued revenue, because those 10,000 people might watch every video you put up from that point forward, and each one of those videos will create its own sense of revenue, blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of a rolling snowball effect. So I always say that any publicity is good publicity, except for in the case of Donald Trump, it seems like it's mostly bad. But
Well, because I mean, when I got assaulted last year, I had so many people trying to contact me to just like, for me to like, I think it was like a bunch of, I don't, it's not news agencies, but people like this and stuff like that, who wanted me to release the video so that they can use it on their site and stuff like that. And it was obviously an ongoing investigation with it still even is, like, it's bullshit. The detective's not going to do anything, but I can easily release it right now, and I could fucking have so many people contact me and stuff. But it's just like, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of thinking about maybe having them, I guess, use it, because I've done it a couple of times before. Because Skragg, I remember you mentioned about like did you do video gaming videos too, or did you just mean like you played a lot of games?
Tabletop games, like the super nerdy stuff,
Okay, yeah, I did kind of the same thing way back, like in 2009. And then like after a couple of years, I gained kind of a little bit of subscribers. And every once in a while, I'd, like small companies like ask me if they could use my video, and I did, but obviously never really gained any traction. But I mean, this person, it's ATTN. I don't know if that's actually legit. I looked it up, and they have like 70,000 followers on Twitter, so I might have them use my video, but we'll see.
Yeah. A Thoughtful Cyclist, I was actually kind of thinking about you when we were talking about this, because he does Minecraft videos.
Okay.
And he did a whole video about the fact that people had the right to use his content, and he gave open permission to it because people were just doing it anyway. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of one of those things that at a minimum, I would like to just have the credit given back. Just, oh, hey, yeah, this came from Skragg, whatever.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. And like the videos that have music in them for me, they're all from the copyright free music or whatever it's called.
And NCS, I think, something like that.
Yeah. No copyright sounds or non-copyright sounds, something like that. Yeah. And all they require you to do is list the artist and, you know, the information. They give you like a little copy piece at the bottom of the video description, and all you got to do is throw that in. And to me, that's cool, because a lot of times, you know, you'll hear a song when you're watching a video and people always ask, oh, what's that track, or what's this, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, it's right there in the description, and that's great for them, because then they might go to their SoundCloud or whatever and, you know, download a bunch of their music, and that's how they'll make their money. But, you know, it's just free advertising essentially for not really a whole lot of work. And if you're willing to give away your intellectual property for the potential of a downstream income, I say more power to you, you know.
Yeah.
That's my own thing. But like I said, it's not my main source of income, so I'm not too worried about controlling it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Same here.
like I'm just afraid of like, obviously I don't think it's ever gonna happen. But if just say my channel were to blow up, I'm just like afraid of that happening, just because like obviously so many people hate cyclists. Obviously, and this is, I don't know why. It's just everyone hates cyclists, and when I look on Reddit and stuff, people post cycling videos, they get so many dislikes. So I feel like if any of our channels were to get huge, I'm just afraid of it attracting like a bad crowd, and just like us getting shit on all the time just for being cyclists and always getting dislikes and stuff. And I don't know. Yeah. I'm afraid of that happening. But
yeah, it's possible.
Right.
But again, you know, it's like sometimes it's the trolls that will gain you more positive. You know, it's like people will want to keep coming back to fight the trolls, you know. So you'll just do more and more people coming, waiting for the trolls so that they can defend your honor. You know, and just,
I've banned so many trolls from my channel in the past like 2 months. It's unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, like I am so excited for my first troll. Like when I get one, I'm just gonna be like popping popcorn and be like, yes, I finally made it to like the level of being trolled. This is awesome. Like most people are pretty nice to me in the comments. I'm like, can I just get one person that says Skragg, you suck? But besides Ryan, you're my lifelong troll buddy, whatever.
It's funny.
Yeah. No. Man, this chat went on quite a while, man. We're at like 2.5 hours almost.
Yeah, there's still 10 people watching, which is pretty weird.
Yeah.
It's 10? Oh, it says 13.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe it's frozen.
Well, it says 13, but I don't count us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did we count as?
We would count.
Yeah, we count. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Never count yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did not know that. Did not know that.
Yeah, man. Like this was a ton of fun. I know I'm excited that you guys were able to get together and have me come along. I was like I said, I'm the small fish in this group that we've got here tonight. But
but before you go, I know, but your channel grew a lot actually. I remember I watched you like a while back, and your channel, like you had 200 subs or something like that.
Yeah, I just passed 210, I think, a day or two ago, and it's weird because it comes in these like spurts, and I don't know what drives it. And obviously, I can't see how my channel is moving up. Like what I do is I'll just Google Skragg. And I've gone from, you know, like the 5th page of the Google search results to the 2nd page. So I know that somehow I've done enough. I think it might just be the number of videos, because I'm at 200 now, I think.
It's also your watch time. You're accumulating watch time.
Is that what also drives it up?
Yeah, watch time will help bring you up to that first page.
Thank you, Jessica.
I just saw that in the chat.
That's my wife. So yeah.
That's funny.
Oh man. Yeah, my family is my forever troll, I should say. We have a very unique family dynamic here. Like everybody makes fun of everybody else constantly.
Yeah, I don't think my parents even know I have this channel, to be honest. I don't know.
Yeah. And I try to keep it honestly, like Ryan is one of the few people who knows about my channel at work, mostly because I always worry that I'll be venting and say something about somebody
Yeah.
and then show up at work the next day and have a meeting about it, that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I worry a little bit about that. And so in some ways it sucks because you always feel like you've got this watching eye, over your back, just waiting for you to screw up, and then you're gonna have some, come to the meeting and have to, explain what you're doing online, talking bad about so and so from work. So I try not to voice too many opinions about things that go on at work, or I'll edit it out. My videos for the most part are pretty uncut, and I do that mostly because, and I think I've explained it before, is I hate editing. My computer sucks. Like it takes me so much time to render a video, and then to go through that video and edit it and then re-render it again so that I can upload it. It's an hour at least minimum.
Okay.
For a short video. And so for the long videos, I hope that I didn't say anything about anybody, and I just say from this point to this point, post it. But
yeah,
that's funny. When I first started this channel, I thought about concealing my identity.
Really?
And that's partially why you don't see my face in the videos. Like if you look at season 1, my face is like literally only in the video just to see if the GoPro's on. Then I kind of moved away from that. I'm like, all right, what if I just try concealing my identity? But then I also conceal it because like I look terrible when I cycle. Like I have like snot coming on my nose here. And, your hair is all messed up. And now phones nowadays, I mean, you'll see like in the Kensico dam ride I did yesterday, I actually took some video with my phone. And like the phone is so much more clear than the GoPro. And it's like a bright sunny day. I'm using the rear camera of my phone. Like it looks picture perfect. And you'll see in the next few days whenever I upload it.
Yeah.
But you're like, wow, like the GoPro has nothing on like my cell phone.
Yeah.
So that's like majorly why I at times I'm kind of like, I don't want to face with the channel, and I don't look that great while I'm cycling.
there was a picture you put up, I think it was on Instagram, and you're standing next to somebody, and I almost didn't recognize you. I thought it was just another black cyclist with like dreadlocks, but it was just the way that your beard was and everything. You had something hanging off in the back, and then I had to look like closer, and I realized, oh no, that's Jahv. Like I thought you were taking the picture of somebody else, but no, it was you being taken.
Recently? Like,
yeah, it was you at the beach.
I think I know what you're talking about because I think I had the same kind of thought process.
Wait, me at the beach?
Yeah.
On Instagram?
Yeah, I think it was on Instagram.
Yeah, I think.
This picture?
No, it's you with someone else. You're standing next to somebody, and I think you're wearing a green. I think you're wearing a green jersey.
Maybe it was. Oh yeah, is it? Wait, this one? It's kind of hard to.
Yeah, it's that same jacket or whatever that he's wearing, but
yeah, 'cause I don't see. I think it was it on. It may have been on a story, no? Because I remember seeing that.
Oh yeah. That's probably where it was. It was on the story.
Wait, it was yesterday?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's this picture.
Yes, that one. Yeah. So it's your helmet straps hanging down. Yeah. And so
and my Bluetooth is there.
And so when I looked at it, it looked like dreads. And so I thought, oh, is this just a big Jamaican dude or something out there? Right? That's cool. And then I thought, that looks like Jahv's helmet. Like, oh, that's Jahv. Holy crap. Like, you look completely different.
That's ironic. My dad has dreads.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah. He's from Barbados.
Nice.
Sure, nice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I look that great with like in cycling gear, especially like my winter gear, man. It's just meant to keep me warm. It's not meant to look cool.
Yeah.
Like
Same
my
here.
summer gear looks decent, but like my winter gear is like just meant for me to just keep warm and keep it going.
Yep. Same here.
So it's probably a good thing that my cycling shorts don't appear too often in any of my footage, but the bibs that I wear are actually a mountain bike bib that's supposed to be an underbib. So it's kind of sheer, like or chic, see-through. So in the right angle of the light, you can see straight on through this thing. And the only thing that's protecting other people's eyes from my grundle and my bundle in the back is the chamois. And so it's not meant to actually be worn on the outside, but I like it for cycling because it's actually got some extra pockets in it that most cycling bibs don't have. So I can carry it's got a whole another set of 3 pockets in the back like cycling jerseys have. And then on the legs, there's 2 really tight kind of cargo spots that it's meant for you to carry like a pump or a tire or whatever. And I just wear them like bibs because I really don't care if people see me in them. But at the same time, I've had people like Ryan say, dude, you can see straight through those things. Like, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I your beard every night with jojoba oil.
That's not true.
That's awesome.
Got some trolls here.
I was gonna say, if you need to hook up on jojoba oil, I can get you a couple ounces there.
Now I'm thinking about shaving it off. I'm not sure. It's getting kind of wild. I mean, like it's pretty long.
How long have you had it growing?
From September.
Nice.
That's it?
Yeah.
Dude,
you and Chicago have been growing the same length or the same time.
No, I grow it out easily. It gets really like for me, it gets scraggly. Like I just don't like it. Doesn't look good on me.
Scraggly.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just gonna wait till it gets thicker, but we'll see.
It never happens, man.
You gotta let it grow. You gotta condition it. You gotta oil it. You gotta brush it.
Either you're gifted or you're not. Like I'm 35 years old and I still can't grow a beard. Like I get a sweet neck beard going, like right there, and like up here, but my chops never connect here, and then my sideburns never connect here, and it's this super scraggly, patchy mess.
Yeah,
and it never gets any better. Doesn't matter how much jojoba you rub on your face at night.
Wait, Skragg, you didn't recognize the person I was in the picture with?
I honestly didn't even look at him. Like I was more drawn to the giant like Jamaican dude. It's kind of like, holy crap, that's a big dude. And then it's just like, oh wait, that's Jahv. All right, whatever. But
that's Kelsey. She's another Cyclevlogger here in New York City.
And I know you've talked about her before in other videos. I've never actually found my way to her channel, so.
Yeah, she'll be in the ride that I did, yesterday. She'll be in that ride. I'm working on this Coney Island ride. Pretty much it was a marathon. So me and another cyclist, we went to the end to see the runners come in for the Brooklyn Half Marathon. And actually, while we were there, you see these police officers with these huge guns. Like if anyone tries some stuff, they're going down really quick. I mean, the cops in New York City, they're not playing around with that stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be Wednesday's video, and then maybe like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'll do like Until Damn videos. So it's gonna be a lot of editing over the next few days. But it's gonna rain a lot over the next few days, so just gonna be coming straight home, edit video, and that's it pretty much.
Yeah. And I try to shoot my videos like in these giant blocks, and I try to get like 1 or 2 weeks worth of videos. So it's only 6 videos, but I'll try to get like 2 days or 3 days of filming where I record something in the morning and on the way home, do that for 2 or 3 days, and then make those my Monday, Wednesday, or Friday videos for the next 2 weeks. And then I can kind of relax and not have to do it again for another week. And then I get to a situation where I'm at like right now, where yesterday I chopped up some videos trying to get them ready for this week, and it wasn't going to happen. So I just threw up the 55 miler video because I knew all I had to do with that was just upload it. And I got so far behind with everything going on in my house. I've kind of talked about that a little bit. I had my house issues, basement issues. Finally, like, we're 99.9% done. And it's just like every day something new. Like tonight, my wife said, "Hey, can we hang the curtains?" And I said, "Well, I've got this live stream, so we can do it quick, or we can do it tomorrow and do it right." And so it's like, "Oh, okay, fine, we'll do it tomorrow." But so I got that going on. But we finally just got that downstairs like finished, and the nightmare of my deck is done. And so like all the headache of the house is pretty much finished. So now it's just time to kind of relax and, you know, focus on doing video stuff again. Because for a long time I was just kind of trying to do like I said, shoot some videos and just get them ready for the next 2 weeks because I wasn't going to have time to do them.
Right.
Yeah.
But kind of like you, Chicago, like I know your videos are so short right now just because your schedule's been so crazy, but you can put up,
I don't have a lot of videos.
Put up whatever you can put up. But
yeah, like right now I don't have anything. I got to go out and record or something. I mean, just like the rides have been going on, like has been really anything worth uploading, which I guess is a good thing. Drivers haven't been like crazy, but it's just like, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're not gonna do the Cyclevlog. So you're using the new GoPro, but can you even connect the mic to that?
I don't know. I think I can because it's US. There's like a US. Let me get it really quick. I don't know if I can. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna Google it. Hold on.
Because you need a adapter. So at least for the 5 Black, you have this big thing. Like it wouldn't fit on my helmet, right? You know, it'd be like this big thing stuck to my helmet.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of like, and I made a video about buying a GoPro 5 versus the 4 Black. I'm thinking the 4 Black. If I get the 4 Black, I could do 2.7K at 60 frames as opposed to 1080 at 60. And I think that would be a nice upgrade. And it wouldn't cost me a lot of money to upgrade. It's literally just buying the camera as opposed to getting the 5 Black. I have to buy the camera, buy new batteries, buy new helmet mount, buy the mic adapter. You know, it's a lot more things I need to buy. So it's like at least $130 extra getting the 5 compared to the 4. But maybe the GoPro 6 will come out later this year. So let's see what that has. So.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. But no, I just looked it up. I don't think that you can connect an adapter to it. I haven't really paid attention, but I don't think I'm gonna do any Cyclevlogs anytime soon, just because I don't know. With work and school, it's like I have no time. It's just like when I'm editing it, I'm like, I don't want to do this. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Feel you on that.
That by far, and that's the thing. And not to get back to the subject of making money, like some people. I can understand the reason why you want to make money on YouTube because you put so much time into it. Because some of these people put time into their videos. You know, even someone like David, the kid. Like his videos.
In high school, I want to ask.
Yeah, man.
David, how old are you?
I think
he's a young kid. He's like 14. It's like 14 or 15.
Damn.
Oh, he left.
I remember one time when I asked him a question like months ago, and he said he was 14 or 15. I was like, holy crap, you're old enough to date my daughter, like, or young enough, I should say, my daughter kind of a thing. Like, my daughter is going to be 13 in a couple of weeks, or a couple months, and it's like, what the crap, you know? I was like, you're a kid, like my daughter's age. My daughter could be making these videos, right?
Yeah.
But he does such a good job of editing and putting, you know, like you can see that in a couple of years when he's really refined his technique and gotten a good camera and gotten, you know, his system down, he's going to have a good channel, like a really good channel. And like, I tell him all the time in his videos, like, you're doing a good job, man. Like you've got to just clean up some areas here, there, blah, 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 whatever. Like for me, I focus mostly on audio because I think about it how I would enjoy the videos. I put my phone down and I don't necessarily watch the video. I just, oh, somebody's taking off. Sorry. I just listen. And so the wind noise kills me. And I just, you know, so when I structured my channel, I thought, if I'm going to listen to these videos, I want to be able to enjoy it from that aspect. So I mostly was like, how do I get rid of the wind noise as best as possible? So I've really tried to position the mic in places where I can cut down on the wind noise, but still be loud enough to be, you know, understood. And then the second aspect was, okay, where do I want the camera? Because I want this to be a what do I see? So that's why I went with the helmet mount. Now I'm back to the chest mount, and I kind of don't like that. But at the same time, again, I'm mostly focused on the audio side.
Yeah.
But the other aspect, the editing aspect, like, you know, I've seen a couple of things that you've been doing lately, Jahv, where you've got like the time lapse, or, you know, you throw in some music here or there kind of thing. And for me, like, I just use the GoPro editor. I'm not sure what you use for editing your videos.
Premiere Pro.
Okay,
Let me just say something about the GoPro editor. That shit is terrible.
Yeah.
GoPro Studio.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called Quick now, I think, but it is terrible. And let me actually throw this in there. When you start recording video with a non-GoPro device, you're gonna get really pissed off because you cannot use non-GoPro videos in the GoPro editor. Yeah. When I first, yeah, you figured that out pretty quickly, right? Yeah. I mean, that pisses you off. And then the next thing is you have to cut all your videos, and then it has to convert it, and then you can put it in order, and then it export it, right? In Premiere, you're just pulling your parts of the video onto the timeline, and then you could like cut out the little dead noises on your timeline, and then you could just export it. So that first like converting process gets completely taken out with Premiere.
Nice. Yeah, because that's huge for me. Like that, I don't have a huge hard drive, and I have to basically delete videos every couple of days because just that initial like rendering, what you're talking about, that takes up a huge amount of space, and then the second rendering takes up a huge amount of space. And so, you know, I can't keep any kind of a backlog of videos because of that. So you know, once I get something up on YouTube, I basically will delete the folder that's the original for any of those videos because I just don't have the space. And you know, that's just my situation. I'm not complaining about it. I do what I can with what I got, but it's just a headache. But at the same time, I don't visualize myself having the artistic ability to throw together some of the stuff that you guys and other cyclist vloggers or other vloggers in general, you know, Walterific, there's a great example. Just the little faces that he puts up at the bottom of his videos, you know, and the little like sound effects he throws in is like a bird flies in front of him, kind of thing. Like in my mind, that's the stuff that's going on, but I cannot put that into the video. I just, like I said, I don't have the editing software, and I don't really foresee myself being good enough to throw it all together. And whatever it is, what it is. But I appreciate when I see people put forth that effort, because I understand, even at the minimal, what I do, how difficult it is. So to go beyond that, it's that much more effort and creative talent that I just appreciate it. You know, I understand you guys put your time and your hearts and your minds into the stuff. So more power to you.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, let me just say this. Go on my channel and watch season 1, episode 1. I wasn't calling it season back then. It was like Cycling Adventures with Jahv or something like that. Episode 1. And you're going to see how terrible that video looks. And you're going to see, like, in a very short amount of time, like, my video quality got way better. And also my audio quality got way better. Because some things instantaneously, you'll just get really annoyed with. And I think you said you moved your mic to, like, the top of your helmet behind the camera.
Yeah.
Did you say
that?
Hey,
hold on one sec. I got to take something to my daughter.
Okay. Damn, well, I can't ask the question now because it's for him.
Yeah. Well, I got a question for you. Is Premiere free?
No, I have a version of it that I probably shouldn't have.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was thinking about getting something like that, but I'm stuck with Studio, so.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so Skragg. So my question is this your daughter? I'm gonna switch the camera to you.
Oh yeah, that's my youngest daughter, or no, my middle. Sorry, not my youngest. My middle daughter. This is my daughter. This is my little buddy. She's my the one kid that's like always with me wherever I go. That kind of thing. She's my little trooper.
Shit. What was my question for Skragg?
Oh, the mic.
The mic. Yeah. All right. So you moved your mic behind the what do you call it now? Behind the GoPro.
Yeah.
So something I noticed was you got to an intersection and there were like some cars passing you, and you were talking, and I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Yeah.
And I before that happened, I was like, oh man, this don't seem bad. He doesn't have a lot of wind noise. The mic still picks up his voice, but I really can't say that will work for me. But then once you got to the intersection, I was like, yeah, this can't work for me. Because there was like maybe 3 or 4 cars in that intersection.
Yeah.
And I could barely hear you.
Yeah,
It's
so
just audio outside is so hard to control.
The way that it sits behind, like this is on the chest mount right now, and so when I originally had it on my helmet, I had the visor on, and the visor was able to kind of shield the mic, and it actually sat right underneath the visor, so in this little air inlet right here. And so that was a great place, one, because the visor helped to deflect the air, and then 2, my voice was kind of captured by the visor, so it kind of amplified it. The only downside there is, like, if you notice in a lot of my videos, the breathing was just really, really loud and heavy, and that drives me crazy. But I don't notice it in a bunch of other people's videos, but that's probably mic location, right? And then when I moved it, because I took the visor off, and I moved it up here behind, like you said, when I'm moving, that seems to not really affect the sound. There's a little more wind noise, I think, but it wasn't huge. But sitting still, because the ambient noise around is that much louder than my voice can be, and my voice has to travel up and around and then back behind the mic, that killed it. So, you know, it was what it was. And when I'm writing, I'm naturally yelling louder, so I think that's another reason why it was clearer that way. But now, with the chest mount, the other thing that I do, and this is actually what I used to do way back in the day before I had the external mic, I have this like mitten that I cut down and made it so that just where the thumb hole was, that's where the camera lens sits. And this kind of acts as its own like deadener over the mic. And then there's also the dead cat over the mic. So those all in combination help to slow the air down enough as it's traveling to the mic that it cuts down on that wind noise. And then when it's mounted on the chest mount, it's right underneath my voice. So I'm sure the next videos, I haven't edited today's videos yet, but I'm running this combination together, and I know that it's going to be plenty loud now. The only downside is that the point of angle, or the view angle, is going to be just that straight ahead angle, which I'm not too excited about, but
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And when you run your mic, Jahv, do you run it underneath your jersey?
No, it's like right here. So
okay.
It's on the clip on the So this is the mic here.
Okay. I was gonna say, because
and it continuously stays there. It never
every
moves.
once in a while you'll get just a scruffle sound, and it's probably just your beard actually that rubs it. And that's why I thought it was under your jersey, because to me what it sounds like is just when fabric runs across the mic, but your beard makes more sense.
It's actually the jersey. So in the wintertime, when I have like the Under Armour compression, it comes way up here, and then I'll have like my sweatshirt, and it comes way up there. So when I look down, it's so thick here that the mic will hit my clothing quicker.
Gotcha.
You know, compared to like in the summer where it's like really thin, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. It's the clothing. It's pretty much thick clothing I'm wearing while I'm commuting to work.
Yeah.
And then also I have my Bluetooth there, so sometimes I'm hitting bumps and it's like clicking against the clips and stuff. It's a lot of stuff going on up here. You know.
I would always get this really weird clicking sound, and what I traced it down to was that the helmet, the cage inside of it was actually hitting the inside of the helmet structure.
Yeah, I get that too. Yeah.
Yeah, and just moving the helmet around on my head, I could hear it, and so that's how I traced it down. Because again, it's just one of those things. I hate the word audiophile, but I'm an audiophile. I like those little things that just most people don't hear. I hear, and it's that tick, 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 tick sound. And when I hear that, it drives me crazy, because that's all I can focus on. And in my own videos, it's even worse, because I'm already judging myself, and then I judge that even harder. So
yeah.
All right.
And then Chicago, I know you were having problems with your external mic, weren't you? Just the connector.
Yeah, I think the cold like worn down the wire, and I was having problems. I think 2 of the wires did that. I don't know what I was doing wrong because like it was like short, so you kind of had to bend it. So like I think it bent too much, and then like the cold just snapped it, and then the wires were exposed, and then I was just the audio was terrible, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I stopped cyclevlogging too. I was just getting sick of that. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah, it's amazing, like the little things that we each do to try and combat, our own situations.
yeah,
And it's so funny. Like, I'm sure you guys know who Bike Blogger is. Everybody knows who Bike Blogger is. I
yeah,
guess you would say
Yeah.
he's like the father of cycle vlogging. Um, it's so funny to me because like his videos, he's always got the handlebar mount. I know he's gone back and forth between the chest mount. I think he did
yep,
head mount for a little while, but he's really like 99% of the time he's on the handlebars. But that doesn't seem to affect his video quality. It's like for me, you see him, however he's got the mount for his mic is interesting for me too, because when you see him in his shadows, he leans over and it's like he's talking right to the camera.
yeah,
But I know he's said in the past that he runs an external mic, that he's got that he runs a second recorder. Like he records his voice on one and he records the video with the other, and then he merges the two together. But I'm not sure how he does it all, but that might be the best way to do it if you've got the editing abilities to do it. But it's always
Yeah,
caught
it's
my
not that
eye.
hard. When you have Premiere, that is very easy to do. The only thing is like, well, now I got to make sure my audio recorder is working. I got to make sure my camera is working. It's like I got all this stuff I need to have now, and that's like an extra step. Now you have to make sure your video and audio are synced properly.
yeah,
And I mean, it's just a step that I'm not willing to take. I mean, everyone is different. Like he's willing to take that step, and I think that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all about the step you're willing to take. Yami Noob, the guy who almost killed himself for the second time in like 8 months, he runs an external audio recorder. He feels that's better. And I do notice there's a lot less background noise compared to GoPros.
Yeah.
Where you're catching everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, it's like, again, people that can invest that time in making their video quality that much better, we can all appreciate it because we know the extra steps you got to take to do that. And so, when people complain about, people asking for money or making money, things like that, it's like, well, if your videos are good enough that you get the people watching them, you've kind of earned it, If you're just a person who's throwing up videos like I do, I'm not going to sit here and beg for money or ask people to support a Patreon for me because I do like the bare minimum. I chop up a video a little bit and I throw it up there, and I try to work up some kind of a title that somewhat gives an accurate description of what goes on. But for a lot of these guys, they're doing cut scenes and music, and, all this editing and background noises and all this other stuff that goes into it. I'm just like, if that is what you're doing to make your money, then more power to you. And I understand why you're asking people to donate to you, because you're literally putting your entire day into this video.
yeah.
But the one piece that I want to bring up is a lot of these guys, and again, I'm mostly like thinking about motovloggers because that's mostly what I watch. Is they don't have a 9 to 5. Their job is to make motorcycle videos.
Right.
So my thing is like here I am, and I said this in my video. Here I am, 9 to 5, making like 2-3 videos a week. They have no 9 to 5, making 2-3 videos a week. Like if I had my channel at that point, I would literally ride every day as long as I was physically capable of doing it. Come home, edit the video, upload it the next day. And that's why, even though, like I've said, negative things about Casey Neistat, out of all the YouTubers, I have the most respect for him in terms of being able to run a business, being able to have a family, and still produce daily content. Good daily content.
Yeah.
So when I see these other guys talking about, oh, I just didn't have time to make a video, that's just garbage to me. Unless you're like visiting family or something really serious happened, I mean, I just don't buy that.
Yeah. And I guess that's where I'm torn on the whole thing, is just, you make probably the best points, is the guys that have nothing else better going on in their day. It's just, it is what it is. But
yeah.
anyway, I feel like I'm keeping you guys up. Like I could literally talk all night. I don't know about you guys. I've kind of talked about it in my own videos. I on average get about 4 hours of sleep a day. And
What?
so, oh yeah, like I don't usually get to sleep until sometime after 12, 12:30ish, and then I'll usually be up at about 5. So it's my internal clock is just all out of whack or whatever. But this is just how I've been since I was a kid. You know, like I get almost no sleep, but and I talk forever. My kids are all getting ready for bed, so they're all coming in now. So, which means that I've probably kept you guys up way too late.
No, I got to walk this dog still that I'm watching. So
hopefully you don't get jumped by a guy that wants you to.
yeah, no kidding.
Nice call back there.
Oh man, yeah, we should do this again, all 3 of us, sometime soon. This is fun.
Yeah, definitely.
I like this.
Yeah, if you guys are cool with it, I'm cool with it. Definitely, I think for Jahv, I don't know what you do on most weekends, or for you, Chicago, what you do on most weekends. Weekends probably work best for me, only because that way my kids don't have to worry about. Well, actually, they're getting out of school anyway, so they're gonna just be sleeping in all day. You need to go put this in the garbage now.
Yeah, no, I feel we can do a weekend because Jahv, I know we usually didn't do weekends because a lot of people were out doing their own thing, but I think we should try it and see how many views, or not really views, but how many people like check in and stuff just to test it out.
Yeah, my thought, I guess, like, you know, like the way I think is like I'm always out on the weekends, so like I don't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't. You know, I'm thinking from like my point of view. Like I could make like an exception and do something like Saturday night with you guys. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, you know, then I have to like look at my demographic, and a great portion of people are like in their 30s and 40s watching my content, and they're probably not hanging out Saturday night. Hey, this is my demographic.
No, it's all good, man. Like I know my place in life. I'm at home watching Jahv or Chicago. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow because I've already seen this video. I lived it.
Well, I got a video coming out tomorrow. If you go on my Instagram story, it will be a spoiler.
Yeah.
Like you'll know exactly what I'm gonna do.
I saw some pictures on the Instagram story that I was like, dang, they got some beaches out there. But
wait, that picture with the female cyclist, that's actually at the dam. That was in the beach.
No, there was no cyclist. There was no cyclist in this picture.
I don't know what to talk about.
If there was a bike in the picture, it was hidden really, really well. It was like a Where's Waldo thing, man. Like I'm not finding Waldo, but I found her.
Yeah, man. I mean, phones can only zoom in so much.
Yeah. It was pretty pixelated, but you could see a couple of dark pixels. Just.
Oh man. Don't worry. You know what? For Memorial Day, I'll see if I could go out there and bring home some bacon for you guys.
See my daughter back here displaying her chugging ability. She just killed this 32-ounce drink. Like, let me show him, Dad.
What drink was it?
Some kind of crystal clear America. It's like a cherry limeade.
It actually tastes like cherry Coke.
Yeah, it tastes like cherry Coke. Yeah, these are the kids. Oh, so, yeah, you guys didn't see it. I have this 100-ounce mug that I was gonna debut on the show and just be like, yeah. So I'm just sitting here drinking 100 ounces of soda. What you guys doing? But anyway, guys, I feel like I should let you guys get to bed because I know you're even way later than I am, and I'm at 10 o'clock. So you guys have got to be 12 and 11, right?
Yeah, I'm at midnight. I wake up 7:30, so that's the good part.
Okay. I'm sure your girlfriend's in there just being like, Jahv, I need some bacon.
I thought you were gonna make a joke about just everyone.
Oh no, man, no. Like, I'm sorry. Is it Danisha? Is that her name?
Danisha.
I'm sorry, Danisha, if I like threw him under the bus. I know he's faithful. He's only into you. You know, he's never said anything on any vlogs or any videos that I've seen personally. He was interested in any other females. So, yeah, Jahv is your guy. See, I sold that good enough, right?
Oh man,
Oh, and she wants some jojoba oil. I forgot about that.
it's too funny.
Oh man.
All right, see, I gotta head off because I gotta walk this dog now. So,
Just be careful out there, Chicago.
oh, I will.
Yo, just have Skragg come with you so he can open
Run
carry.
some bodyguard shirts or something for you.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
I'll walk
we'll do
outside
some-
right now with just my underwear on. I don't care. All right, guys. Well, it was awesome to talk to you guys and to do this live event. I feel like we were so off the cycling topic that whatever we do next time, we should try to make it cycling related, only because that's what we're all supposed to technically do, right?
No one had questions. We need
Yeah, I
questions.
know.
Oh, yeah,
Always
yeah,
wish
yeah.
that.
Questions.
Yeah, even on my video, no one asked any questions or like any topics to talk about. I'm like, all right, whatever.
I barely got any views on the video. I think people just read the title and was like, okay.
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
what most people do. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get a single question either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's always next time. So.
for sure. Hopefully, like I said, this video is kind of a jump off point for people to see, and it just grows and people see, oh yeah, live streams, something they do, and they don't have to necessarily just ask cycling videos, because obviously we all come from different aspects of life.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to know what a 35-year-old guy with 3 daughters thinks about at night, hit me up. I'll tell you, it involves a lot of waiting for them to go out on dates and having to threaten the guys dating them.
It's funny. I had a science teacher, and he's Dominican, right? And he talks about how, like, in DR, they, like, when a guy goes over to the girl house to meet the father for the first time, the father's like, yo, come on in, you sit down, you good? Need something to drink, you good? So then the father comes back with a drink, whatever, and then he comes back with his gun. He starts cleaning the gun in front of the guy. And then the guy like, what's going on? Oh, no. I just had to clean my gun. I wasn't sure if it was cleaner or whatever. And I'm just like, and that's just like a thing that they do there. I'm like, what is that about?
Yeah. That's like straight out of Utah, man. Like when the guy comes over, you got your whole gun collection sitting on the table and you're just cleaning them.
You never know, you might need one of these. You got to make sure it's working.
One of the best jokes I saw was when the guy comes over, you throw one of your rounds at him, one of the bullets, and just be like, after 10 o'clock, it moves a lot faster.
Oh, that's some crazy shit.
All right, guys. Yeah, I gotta head off. Now, so.
Yeah, I should probably go so I don't have to call out tomorrow.
Yeah.
I should call out, man. But we have a 3-day weekend coming up, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Well, it was good
All right, guys,
talking to you
appreciate
guys.
you let me hang around and be part of this.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for everyone for watching.
Coming out, man. Yeah, thanks to everyone who's still watching for whatever reason. People jumped ship a long time ago.
It's probably most of our family, because if my wife and my daughter still have their stream going, and if your girlfriend's watching on her stream,
Yeah, it's
and
probably
Chicago's probably got a grandma or something watching.
Oh, man.
He just has last time. I don't know if you remember this. Last time or 2 times ago, like you just kept hearing his phone go off in the background. I'm like, what is this, man? Tinder keeps going off in the background.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah,
I
it
don't
was
even
Tinder.
remember that. It was Tinder.
Yeah.
And you said it's terrible. That sounds pretty good to me. My phone doesn't go off like that.
Yeah. They just
Sounds like
stopped
a good
talking
night
to
to
me. Oh, man.
All right, guys.
All right, have
All right,
a good
guys.
one, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
See ya.
Talk to you later.